Welcome, everybody, to the Give It Podcast for birds, for blurs, for nerds. If I make it through this intro, I'll be great. Outside of that, we are your host, myself, Spartan, Troy Guy Joe, Fire TV. Guys, it is the weekend, and I'm still stumbling, but how we feeling?
Well, I did not sit around listening to 3 albums today, so I guess I don't fit in with the rest of the world right now.
Oh, yeah, because I guess Aubrey really wanted attention.
I mean, apparently, I guess that and out his current deal, which, I mean, pull a Rihanna and knock those things out back to back, I guess.
Right. Joe, what say you?
I'm so tired.
Ain't we all? I'm not even going to argue that one. That is an ain't we all sentiment. Oh, but as you can see, guys, we are a little bit on the leveled up side. So we do try to watch your language on the show, but at the same time, we do show movies and video game trailers that might be too intense for younger viewers. So viewer discretion is advised. Aside from that, welcome. So we're going to start with this one, Nitrogen Omega. This is a PS5 game that's coming out. I have yet to see this trailer. So this is gonna be just freaking brand new to me. So far, Joe, I don't think any of y'all have seen this trailer either, right?
No, I'm playing the game right now on my Switch.
I was gonna say this very much sounds like a Joe title, so take it away, and then he will lead us. He will lead us into discussion.
My bad. Go ahead, Joe. What's it about?
Oh, what if Code Lyoko suddenly fused with Gurren Lagann?
I'm sold.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's just play it.
We are the fools. We're mercenaries, helping people around the continent to get by. Fools who can't accept that humanity lost the war. Fools who think that one day the machines can be defeated. And despite everything we've lost, we keep trying. We find new tactics to outsmart the machines, to predict their next move. To fight them, we build mechs of our own. But whatever we try, it's never enough. We can't stop them. If we want to save the world, we can't do it alone. People out there have given up. They retreated atop of giant pillars, just waiting for the end. But up here on the airship, we found something to fight for. Our crew grows stronger. We're ready.
Is this legally not You Say Run?
We are fools to the end.
So was that legally not You Say Run goes with everything from My Hero at the end?
Pretty much. That is a pretty much moment.
All I heard was gather your might, young Midoriya.
Pretty much. So that was Nitrogen Omega. As you can see, it's already out now. I'm sold. I might have to go wishlist this one and play it because.
So it's only $30.
I was gonna say that. How much? Because that looks like it's not taxing on the console, but like how much are they taxing in the console? So $30 is not bad.
I mean, not bad at all, really. I mean,
$30. There's not any voice acting where I'm at in the game, so I was very confused why this had voice acting. It is exactly what it looks like. You get five kids, depending on what your mech is. Right now, I'm in the 4-person mech, and every single person has a job.
Oh, so they're all in the same mech each time.
Pause right here. Now I can explain.
Okay.
Go back. So each person in the mech has a role. So you can drive it. So that means you can move, you can guard, or you can just flat out slap them, and that'll interrupt their attack. You have a gunner who shoots the gunner missiles. You have a reconnaissance person who can scan and tell what the next attack's going to be. That you can like set up to like do the slap interrupt or something, and then you also have a diagnostics person who can reload like missiles or do coolant because the mech does build up heat, and the attack is during the planning phase, and then once you resolve everything, it plays out like an anime cutscene.
Okay, because I noticed that you had the 4 people down here, and then you had, it looks like shoot cannon, attack, scan, punch, movement.
Yeah, okay, so I thought everybody was in their own mechs, and like it was like FF7.
So this is like Voltron, Gurren Lagann, where they're all in one thing.
Okay, that makes because I see the attacks and then the different. So I'm thinking everybody's got a different mech, but these are the different ones that it's a team effort every time. So
yes,
Visually it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
You can customize and create your own characters. So you can, if you guys got this, you can just make us. Or you can just do random characters. I did random character designs because I don't have the patience. Like I call it as it is. You also have kind of persona building things where, like right here, you're in the ship. You lower fatigue, build friendship. So you get stuff like that.
That's cool. So
for $30 is not bad. I'm really enjoying it.
Nah, $30 is a bargain.
Yeah, for that, this very much looks like it and plays like a $30 affordable fun game. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out. So that for all those that haven't seen it or just not catching on to it, hey Bama, roll Tide. So yeah, that's Nitro Gen Omega again, out for PS5. You said it was also out for the Switch too, Joe, or
no? Yeah, the Switch one, Switch also.
One. Yeah, okay, Switch. Also.
Okay, because I was like, this doesn't look too demanding, but at the same time, I can still hear my Switch running like a jet engine or like a PS4 if I try to play this. I feel like this is right. I feel like this is right. This type of game is right where the line is.
Yeah, which we'll get to momentarily on that about Switch news. But speaking of other video games, Marvel Rivals did come out with their season, the next season 8 called Sins of Alchemax. And of course, we would not be remiss because not on the Xbox, Alabama. But along with the fact that we did know that we are getting several characters, to which my son has already played it, but will give us his opinion after this. So if you haven't seen the latest trailer for Marvel Rivals, here it is.
Chrono anomaly located. Moving in. Target identified.
Not exactly a warm welcome, Nueva York. Optic blast!
Okay, Scott.
All right, so that was the trailer, Sins of Alchemax for Rivals, Marvel Rivals. As you can see, Scott Summers is definitely going to be playable. Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur are going to be playable, which they are available now because, again, this was, say what? Oh, no, Moon Girl's not playable.
Yeah, Moon Girl
is not available.
Yeah.
Moon Girl's not available. They did say Diamond White is coming back to reprise her role as Lunella from the animated series. They say she's going to be voice lines talking to Devil Dinosaur.
Yeah.
She cannot be playable because they recognize the Punisher shooting a 10-year-old girl is probably not the best thing to have.
Right, and you guys are 100% right. Yeah, the violence against children in video games wouldn't really go over well. So
then someone asked, like, well, they have Penny Parker in this. It's like, yeah, but she's in a mech suit the whole time.
Yeah. That was the cover. She's not literally getting shot at. She's already shielded. But my son did play the current season. What did you say about Devil Dinosaur that the people are not liking, or the fact that what did you say, Chad, exactly?
He has an ability where he can grab you and throw you around. It's like he can kill you in one shot with it if you can't get out of it, and plus he's invulnerable whenever it happens. I feel like they could have made Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur one character like they did with Cloak and Dagger, kind of, since they're like a pair.
But Devil Dinosaur is broken.
Yeah, basically.
What about Cyclops?
Emma Frost's grabbing Roundhouse.
He's not out yet.
Oh, Cyclops not out yet. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you say, Joe?
It sounds like Devil has Emma Frost's TK grab and then Roundhouse.
Yeah, he does.
And Chad just pretty much agreed with you. He said pretty much. Yeah, it does make sense about Moon Girl not being a playable character.
She is basically all of Devil's voice lines because they have like a play video out for him. So whenever he does like a special or like an alt or something, you hear her kind of coming in through like his comm piece basically. Yeah. But also, which company is Alchemix again? I've heard that name, and
that is the one that makes Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
Okay. And then did he call it New Yeah, so that's pretty much Spider-Man 2099. Okay, so it's Nueva, New York.
Yes.
You can say it, Chad. Go ahead.
The villain of the season is Miguel O'Hara's dad. He's working.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm curious if we'll see him in the movie.
Right.
And then somebody was being funny. He was like, look, man, can we get a proper reveal, please? Cloak got no legs. Blade was introduced in chains. Storm got the chopped haircut kit. T'Challa has no skins. Moon Girl doing life in prison. Can we get somebody with a not effed up introduction, please?
Damn.
But also Scott coming in with the close enough. Welcome back, X-Men 97.
Right.
I'm also hoping, because I've seen this floating around, I'm hoping when Scott's playable, we're allowed to use his optic blast to kind of like shortcut distances the way he was doing in the first episode of 97.
That would be cool to do it though.
Kind of like Spider-Man. Slow his fall down if you like skydive.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
But Scott, Moon Girl, and Devil with Moon Girl on the audio side. So yeah, that was a nice trailer. Yeah, curious to see how everyone plays when they get here, but cinematically, man, Rivals is doing the damn thing.
And it's staying consistent with what they're releasing. So, Bama, that would also be not a good look.
Yeah, that's why they just threw her in jail. So
yeah, that would probably not be a good look either. But no, Rivals. I will say Rivals has been pretty consistent, especially with their seasons. I haven't really heard a lot of complaints. At the same time, their subscriber count is still high, so I think they got some. But Joe, anything you want to add to it?
Yeah, I do want to see Devil Dinosaur on a Mr. Fantastic team just to hear Lunella and Ree go back and forth, because that is something I really wish they had done, was had the Fantastic Four out by the time Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur was out, that way, because Lunella does talk shit to Reed a lot. Yeah, she's like on par with Valeria, and Valeria is much smarter than her dad.
That was still funny. I was like, Mike, your dad is a genius. I'm smarter than him. I was like, boy, that Doom gene comes out every now and then in that girl. But no, for all those that did watch for that are playing my Rivals, let us know what you guys think in the comments. What you guys think of Double Dinosaur? I'm pretty sure when Cyclops becomes available, it's gonna have a lot of folks jumping on that bandwagon. So, but again, Rivals being a good game, still free to play, and I'm still again with free to play games. I think Rivals, 2XKO. I know I'm missing a lot of others. Apex Legends.
I'll say Apex is still hanging in there, to my understanding.
Yeah, Apex has actually got a new season and a new legend. But I haven't played Apex Legends in so long. And even though, again, I'm not mad at Respawn. I'm not mad at y'all. because you can't give us Titan 3 right now because of certain parties. So I'll leave that alone. But moving right along, guys, we do have the next trailer for My Adventures with Superman Season 3. I am not going to lie.
Yeah, I just finished Season 2 last night.
Oh, so you're okay. So I'm not the only person caught up. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be the only one on the tree branch that hasn't finished Season 1 yet. But
I mean, even if you go into this trailer is all brand new material. So far, nothing I've seen in here so far says you need to watch the last 2 seasons. Like we kind of wrapped a lot of stuff in episode 20 as far as Kara's arc. Like the biggest spoiler here is that Supergirl is here. Other than that, everything this is all new shit. I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the only thing from this one that's also super important is you have to know who Hank Henshaw is. That's really it.
Okay. But for all those that haven't seen it, here's the trailer.
In Metropolis, challenges come in all shapes and sizes.
You are also cute when you suffer.
But can Superman keep up when the other guy is just as super as he is?
I'm faster than you, stronger than you, better than you.
He may need a little help.
Are you okay? Being Superman it's harder than it used to be. It's much harder.
Good thing Clark's got such helpful friends.
Is this a dog?
No! What do you guys do? What's your favorite movie? Why do you wear glasses?
Clark!
Jimmy, if it's not an emergency, it really has to wait.
I say it's an emergency.
My Adventures with Superman. The 3rd season premieres Saturday, June 13th at midnight on Toonami. Next day on HBO Max.
You must prove you can party with men of steel.
I'm still confused on a couple things about this show.
What's that?
Why is this a show on midnight on Toonami?
So I'm okay with that.
There is nothing wrong with this show that warrants it being a midnight series.
And I'm okay with that because at least if they want to get dark or adult or like a little bit more bloody or extreme, they have room to do it without being super kneecapped. Like, because like regular show just came back this week, right? And
and that was amazing.
So the spinoff, close enough, is what regular show was trying to be. Because you remember regular show, they were saying like pissed and all this, and they made them go back and like redub it every episode. And now close enough is what regular show wanted to be, but like we're on Cartoon Network, so we can't. And then they canceled close enough, bring back regular show, and this time they're like, well, now they're letting us get away with a lot more since they're making us. They canceled the spiritual successor just to do more of the show we already ended. Whereas this show, you kind of can dodge all that because not extreme, but at least you have the room to go there without that being the only reason you're on Adult Swim is because you swear and you're raunchy and do a bunch of which. So I'm okay with every show on Adult Swim, or not every show, but I'm okay with stuff being on Adult Swim, not having to be strictly adult material all the time. Like,
no, I'm okay with it. It just that never made sense to me. The other thing I noticed in this, we gender bent Kryptonite Man, who is a very 90s character at the time.
Is that who that was with the whip and the?
Yep, that's Kryptonite Man. That must be Kryptonite Man. We are getting a lot of Wonder Woman villains in this season because I noticed we had Cersei for a hot second, if you knew where to look. Giganta. And this bothers me.
Why does it bother
you? It bothers me that we still cannot get a Wonder Woman animated series in the year of our Lord 2026. I mean, yes, we are getting My Adventures with
Green Lantern, yeah.
I'm okay with that. Obviously, of me of all people being okay with that. But again, we're in 2026 and we can still not get a consistent Wonder Woman animated series. But we are okay with putting her villains in somebody else's show.
I will say it like this: Stephanie Williams is available. And for all those that don't know who I'm talking about, she was actually guest to write a few Wonder Woman comics, and they killed. So to Joe's detriment, you need the right writers.
And I would have her, or I would have what is her name? One second.
And Steph, who's now officially a 2-time Eisner Award nominee.
Right. But I'm just saying, because to Joe's detriment, he's right. It's the fact that we don't have a Wonder Woman animated series. And I'm like, you have writers right there who can literally give you the series.
Or we could also have program creator, and because I think this is a perfect fit, we get Steven Universe's Rebecca Sugar to come and do My Adventures with Wonder Woman.
I mean, I would be okay with that, but literally Rebecca Sugar and Rebecca Sugar and was it JG or JQ? Whoever the guy is that made Regular Show, they both got told, hey,
Quintel.
They both were like, hey, remember those spinoffs? Fuck those shows. Come do more Steven Universe and Regular Show. So like they're both great, but the fact is like, hey, let's go do an adult version of like the shows we want to do, and they're like, cool, and they just smack that off the table. Make more. So we got Lars of the Stars coming, by the way. Rebecca Sugar is also great. I love everything about her. She would be great on a Wonder Woman show, and anyone she honestly brings with her is fantastic.
What about Ian Jones Cordy? He did OKKO. I would love to see that as a thing too.
I think now that they're officially openly married, I think they're a package deal. So I think if you get one, you get the other. Even if they're not named, they're definitely sharing notes at home. So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of people out there that you can literally build the show around. Yeah. And again, if DC does what they did with Gunn, leave it alone and let them create it.
I did not know what they were married. I legitimately thought, and this is just me because of the context of what Steven Universe was, I literally thought she was a lesbian.
So turns out, because I follow this cartoon, if anybody's watched the Round Table, because when I first got into Steven Universe, I'm like, okay, there's clearly some shit I'm not processing in this show. Clearly, I need someone else to talk about this and explain theories. So I started to see, he started pulling up these interviews, and she was like, and I think Steven is one of the beautiful shows that does a good job of dodging the whole, they're forcing it on the show. To her description, it's not about relationships, it's about acceptance. Everyone is different. Everybody acts different or does stuff different. The show is about accepting people for who they are, which I think that she does a perfect job of that. And she says, well, yeah, as a bisexual woman, I want to try to be accepted by everybody. So I didn't know either, but then literally them wedding photos popped out. I was like, oh, I thought y'all were just like working buddies. I had no idea y'all, especially because how busy they were with that show and OKKO, which unfortunately great, but got killed off super fast. It's like, no wonder y'all had time to get flesh your relationship out. Y'all were working on the same stuff in like proximity to each other. But yeah, they got married, I think like right before the pandemic, but yeah.
It says 2019.
Yeah, so Rebecca Sugar and that man are a power couple right now. But I don't know who they're bringing in for that Green Lantern show, so she would be a perfect person to bring in it. Especially if we already have Jack Quaid, Huey from The Boys, playing Superman. Yep. You got all the anime references that Steven and those guys have done, which, I mean... I don't know where that show's at either, Bama. I feel like if I ask, that's going to be like the nail in the coffin. I'm not jinxing it, but...
Right.
Like, I'll say they kind of dropped the ball in the season finale, but that's about it for me. Like just the finale.
I feel like the finale should have been like what the whole season should have been. I feel like we got a villain at the very end, and then it's like, oh, by the way, I'll train you now. I'm like, okay, first season jitters, whatever. I hope they come back, but yeah, I think Jack Quaid's doing a great job in the show of Superman. Yeah. He's killing. I love that Jimmy is. I love that Lex is like a Silicon Valley fuckboy, basically. Yeah. I'm sure he's gonna tragically go bald at some point from either stress or something. I'm also curious what we're gonna do with 3 Supermen at the end of the season. Like,
so there is technically 4, and they did say in that interview we looked at a while back, Steel will appear.
Okay.
But he doesn't have a greatest emphasis as Superboy or Cyborg.
I think they were setting up Steel last season too.
They were.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. I do remember that. It's just clearly we're expanding, but we're still, because the original Superman show was what, 3 seasons before Batman came along and then Justice League?
Yeah.
It was Batman season 2, then Superman season 1, Superman season 2, then Justice League, because Batman got that huge character redesign in season 3.
Yeah.
Was it season 3 or was that season 4 where it was New Batman Adventures?
No, it was season 3 because that's where they did the Scarecrow episode where Batgirl thought she had died and everything.
Yeah.
They redid the Scarecrow to where he was just absolutely god-awful terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
The New Adventures of Batman and Robin had that hybridized Joker where it was the season 1 Joker and the season 3 Joker.
Yeah.
They got carried over into Justice League.
Yeah. Okay. I remember. So the fact that we're spinning out to a Green Lantern, because I feel like everyone's asking for a Batman or like some kind of Bruce Wayne mention, but I feel like that's too easy to go for. So I think if and when we get it, it'll be rewarding when we get it. But starting with the fact that Kara kind of covered, hey, there is a galaxy of heroes and people out there, and we're getting a Green Lantern spinoff, which will merge into this show in some way.
Less so the Thanagarians at this point, but
I was going to say everybody but a Hawk Girl. We might get some Thanagarian refugees. We might. So the same way they did the Starcross special, the same way they did Starcross at the end of Justice League, that could be our Thanagarians. Like, hey, we're homeless now. We live here.
The other thing I'll say about this is probably the other reason they don't want to tackle Batman is the tone of this show. I don't think they can do a Batman in this tone.
I think you can have a
like
Batman.
If they were going to do anybody, I would Batman visit, but you would. If it was me, with the way the tone of this show is, you spin this immediately off into My Adventures with Nightwing.
I mean, it could work.
So, I mean, like
Nightwing covers this so well.
And honestly, you could bring in especially if we're getting Superboy. Like, I don't know what we're doing with him, but if you give him if you give him a Robin or a Nightwing to spend his free time with, like, hey, I got Metropolis, go to Bloodhaven and do something with your life.
Yeah.
So that's the other interesting thing I wanted to talk about in this trailer. So you got, for those of you that don't know, Superboy's origin, Connor Kent, Con-El, is a DNA baby made in Cadmus of the fusion of DNA of Lex Luthor and Superman.
Right.
And this one, he looks like he's the future son of Clark and Lois because he has Lois's skin tone.
Okay, so
rewind the trailer if you can and find the Superboy stuff. Tafari, I think you need a good look at this kid because I've seen this trailer.
I mean, it's all action shots, so I didn't look at him too closely. But I never thought he might be from the future because, I mean, unless we're gonna bring a Brainiac 5 for him too.
Because Cyborg Superman has the L on his chest.
Yeah. But
they kind of have to turn around the fact that Reign of Superman happens immediately after the death of Superman, and Clark.
So that's what I'm like. Well, Clark is clearly not dying this season. So yeah, I'm like, Clark isn't dying this season, and he's clearly just. I'm like, what are we gonna do with 3 Supermen all at the same time?
That's
I mean, clearly one will not be.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. What are y'all looking for?
Right there.
I guess he has a little bit of Lois's complexion with a little bit of her face too.
Maybe not the shot with his.
I was going to say.
I was trying to get the face.
But yeah, so I mean, this could work. I'm not against that either. If you want to introduce not maybe a Batman yet, at least not till we're ready to do something with him. If you want to give us a early Titans nod by bringing in a Robin or Nightwing for this kid to go be the world's finest with, like up and coming, because I think the tone of the show is fine. I think if you bring Batman in, it could honestly be like their crossover special where it was a nice blend. But again, he's just visiting every now and then. He's not going to be in every episode, but every now and then he'll just pop in or Yeah, I'm in and
out. Well, I mean, season 2 does introduce Vicky Vale, and we did
we've gotten Gotham. We have Gotham City and Gotham Elements. We just have no Bruce and no Batman.
We also have a very, very deep cut in season 2 as well, and this is not a spoiler for you, Will. Silver St. Cloud is a one-time fiance of Bruce Wayne.
Okay. But yeah, we have elements of a Gotham. Elements of a Gotham. No Rogues Gallery, no Bruce Wayne, no Batman yet, but Vicky Vale was very much like the media villain of that season. And then we have there's some elements. We've had planets, we've had cities, we've had established stuff, so they can go where they want to as far as bringing other people in, but it's not super forced. And I think again, if Bruce has to come in and we got to get dark and broody for an episode, being on Adult Swim gives us room to take full advantage of that without having to dumb it down.
That's a fair point. But yeah, substitute Batman or Green Arrow. It might work, but I do like the Nightwing idea. The Nightwing idea makes sense just because it's lighthearted, it's more blue sky than dark, and yeah, a Nightwing Superboy Prime angle does actually work.
Also, I just wanted to constantly make Bloodhaven as in Jersey jokes.
I can see that. But
I also feel like maybe why we didn't touch Batman is because I think between season 1 and 2 or around season 2, we did have Caped Crusader coming out. And at this point, if y'all don't bring that back, then yes, by all means, go ahead with the animated Gotham here. Because where is that? I don't know why that show hasn't come back yet.
I was only thinking just because of the fact they're kind of banking on Spider-Noir and just kind of leaving that to the wayside, that would be a travesty.
Yeah, but drop both. Like, hey, this year will be Noir, next year will be Batman, or back to. I mean, the way Amazon's been rolling everything out, Invincible, Boys, now Noir. You could have put Caped Crusader right after this, but
yeah, it
was great for what it was. But I'm waiting for them to do something else with that.
Yeah, it makes sense. But let us know what you guys think. Again, I know I got to catch up. I am way behind on my Adventures of Superman.
Yeah, it's only 20 episodes. It's on Max. If you got some time this weekend, check it out.
Definitely. Beyond that, Gameoverse, because it's an animated series about video game worlds. We almost played the pilot before Joe had pointed out it's over 30 minutes. So we had to find the trailer. Do we want to say anything about this before we play it, or just go on and play it and talk about it?
Hey man, props to Glitch Animation. Props to everybody working in indie animation and getting those Kickstarters and GoFundMe's funded, and putting out projects and not saying it's coming, and then not putting out shit like somebody we know. Which my God, has that man faded into obscurity? So, but
wait, which one are we talking about this time?
The man who should not be named.
Lord Voldemort.
Ancient Egypt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do we call this Dark Adam?
So we
replace the word Adam and sit on that for a second. Okay, roll it.
I feel like we're going to play Pictionary. We're going to have to really discuss how we describe things. Yes. Anyway, here's a trailer.
Yeah, jokes aside, props to Glitch.
In Egypt.
Hey, Gobbles and Stegosaurus.
Bongoraptor. We collected all 6 of the missing vowels. Now all that's remaining left is to reunite them with the stolen captured consonants.
Well, good luck.
Tell me what to bring down is so wet! Gobbled! If me can't read, nobody can. You missed a few letters, Crummuggin. You can't create words without vowels, Crummuggin. If you could read, you'd have known that. Look, the letters are trying to spell something.
Oh, no, wait! We're too late.
Can't read beef.
Wait.
Bongoraptor!
Come on, Gobbles!
they find Caboodle first. I can't let that happen. I have to find her.
Let's go!
All right, we got to kick this up a notch, Snappers. You're so useless, and we got to...
You can spit fireballs.
Yeah?
You didn't think that was important to tell me.
I don't see what the big deal is.
Oh, my God!
I have no words outside of the fact. Hang up, Joe, you mute. Hold on. Unmute yourself, Joe.
I just watched the whole thing before the start of the show. It was fantastic.
Oh, so you watched the pilot or episode 1 already?
The pilot immediately picks up from this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think Digital Circus, did the same thing. Which them diehard fans, man, they can clock a reference anywhere, because I didn't clock any of it till I watched like a few breakdowns. But I like how they started off like, what was that old like the old Jumpstart CD-ROMs they used to have, and then it turns into an episode of Happy Tree Friends.
Oh, that's about you just gave about 6 different things.
I mean, the cool thing is the main character, she starts as a Mega Man thing, and then her powered up form is Mega Man X.
All I gotta say is this got dark so fast.
Right. I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, once I saw Buddy get split in half, I was like, oh, we're so this is what I meant by Superman. It can be childish, but if it wants to do this, it can.
Right.
And then my bongo brother here getting just eviscerated along with his entire planet. Man, shout out Glitch and Indie Animation, man. If you have not already, them Digital Circus tickets, if your country is still having showings, please go get them while you can. Some of the showings even near me are selling out like crazy. And now this will hopefully become their next staple series after the circus ends, I believe, next month. But it looks interesting. I mean, we're literally crossing from like game verse to game verse, along with you said that Chris Sabat is in here somewhere?
Yeah. You say I think he was voicing somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, I think I did.
Right
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, Chris Sabat is Warwick.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, I thought this was Lanny Pator from Bridge, because like, oh, that's Lanny's Piccolo voice, and I looked up the cast like, oh no, wait, that's Chris Sabat. That's normal Piccolo voice.
Yeah.
Apparently, Amma Lee, who's a very popular VTuber, also known as Monarch, she will be doing a voice in this. She's a very popular YouTuber singer, but she's also one of the very few VTubers who also who they actually are. Much like Sayu, his voice actor, his actual person, Alejandro something. He does on YouTube. He is currently voicing Deadpool in Marvel Rivals.
Okay.
Nice. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it, because now that right there is like, it's a lot happened in 2 minutes. So I can only imagine what the pilot episode is. After 2 minutes you're questioning stuff, 30 minutes must be, my God. But let us know what you guys think about that one. I know I'm gonna have to go back and watch the pilot episode. It is available on YouTube at the Gameverse Gameverse YouTube page, so definitely check them out. Bandai decided to give us a Mobile Suit Gundam 50th anniversary, but also gave us news behind it. So if you're like me and haven't seen this, this is definitely going to be new to you.
We're probably going to get DMCA'd for this, but oh well.
I was going to say we might, because this is it's like, what, 5 minutes? Well, we'll see if we survive.
Probably not.
So Bama Kagi is not who you're thinking. You got the wrong parody, people.
Yeah, we'll gamble on this one. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
This was an actual thing in Yokohama.
I was gonna say, is this based off the statue that was in Japan?
This is the Yokohama statue, yeah.
Didn't they just remove that, or is it still up?
Yes, they did.
Never.
And they're taking it down.
See, I never played any of those those arena Gundam fighters. I think the first and only one I really played to completion, it was the PS1 fighter game, the 2D fighter. It was like a side.
Oh yeah, no, that was really good.
Yeah.
That was actually very well. That was very well done for its time. And
surprisingly, we are still live. So either somebody at Namco hasn't paid attention yet, or
if anything, the song will be what gets us more than the visuals, because that's usually what, especially in the Kingdom Hearts fandom, it's never the visuals. It's always Utada Hikaru's entire label that's like, no.
But
I will say the best Gundam game I have ever played, still to this day, even with all the visual advancements we have, is Zeonic Front, which is the tactical third-person three-man squad shooter, where you play like the ground troop of the Midnight Fenrir as you go and play out all the events of the original Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah.
And your technology progresses over the course of the 1-year war.
That wasn't bad.
I always had the demo for Dynasty Warriors Gundam, but I never bought the full game. I did not believe they cranked out 3 of those things on one console generation.
The more they did them, the more they kind of made sense, because they really put an emphasis on the Gundams that had cannon fodder troops.
Yeah.
Like G and Wing and X.
That's what it seemed like.
I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tara. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm trying to see if my Retro Store has a copy of that now. Now that I have my 360 is here.
I was gonna say Gundam Breaker. That was my favorite.
Gundam Breaker is great. Well, with the exception of Gundam Breaker or new Gundam Breaker, that was not good.
No, but no,
Gundam Breaker 4 is really good. But the last great one was Gundam Breaker 3.
Yeah, but no, that was still one of my favorites out of the series. But there is a reason why we played that, because again, Crunchyroll is supposed to be what saved us, not actually decide to go against us. Did say that we are getting new Gundam out, including a new anime. Of course, they are doing the theatrical release for Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Freedom Zero. That's the prequel to Seed. That will definitely be out. I think it was saying, I completely didn't see a release date as of yet, but I just want to double check, because it's going to be, of course, with all theater releases, because I can't say theatrical right now. Of course, it's going to be in Japan first before it comes to anywhere else. I did not say if they did announce. Okay, so they did. They just said coming to theaters in Japan, so it hasn't actually gave a date yet. So it looks like, let's see, detailed light release. So we are getting a remaster project. Has been launched for the original Mobile Suit Gundam, so they haven't gave a lot of information out, but the release for remake is planned for 2 years from now, so in 2029 for the 50th anniversary. We're also getting a new Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, so I'm curious how they're going to do it. But again, Mobile Suit Gundam, Gundam Wing, they're 2 of my favorite Gundam Wing anime, so I know I'm looking forward to it. But Joe, any thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't necessarily know if that means a series or a new movie or a new OVA, but I mean, I'm down for whatever. Also, they did announce, this just got followed up, the second part of the HoloLive Gundam models got released.
Oh, wow.
And they have, give me a moment. For those unaware, HoloLive is a VTubing branch of various people, various VTubers, both English and Japanese, in Indonesia and South Asia. They are also teaming up with Gundam for their anniversary this year, and their second wave of...
I think I found it.
Where is it? Wave 2. I forgot to put the 2. That would kind of help. Wave 2, wave 1 size. There it is. So now with wave 2, please load faster. This is why I asked for a new computer for my birthday next month.
So you're getting so that's wave 2.
There we go. So for various talents, as soon as it gives me the picture, open image in new tab. Of course, it's going to give me not the ones. So we have. I hate that I cannot see this for shit.
Not that bad, actually.
There we go. What?
Oh, I think I found it.
You pulled the trailer for some of them.
Yeah. So it doesn't look at. I mean, they are getting. I mean, seeing unicorn and other ones, but that's actually not bad at all.
I would love to be able to see the better picture, but it doesn't. It's just being a pain in the ass.
Doesn't look like a Bama for this one.
You Hasumiku or Hatsune Miku, Bama?
Give me a moment.
Because if you mean Hatsune Miku, ain't that chick like everywhere?
Right.
No, neither one of them is Hatsune Miku. So here we go. We got, I'll just enlarge. Shirikami Fubuki is in Gundam Exia. Sakura Miko is in, I want to say, yep, it is. It's New Gundam. Hoshimachi Suisei is in the Sazabi, which kind of fits. Hoshio Marine is in Gundam Crossbone. I cannot see which one you are. Hakui Kyori is in the Freedom Gundam. Rindo Chihaya is in the Unicorn Banshee, and that is wave 1. Wave 2 is Ozora Subaru is in the Wing Gundam. Usada Pecora, if you guys should maybe know who that is the VTuber that popped up in Death Stranding 2.
Okay.
She is in the Unicorn Gundam. Tsunomaki Watame is in the Providence Gundam. Mori Calliope, who she did the theme song for Togen Aniki and that Suicide Squad anime. She's in the Gundam Epion. I'm going to guess her name is Iris or Iris. It's really weirdly spelled. Is in the Destiny Gundam. And then, God in heaven, Todoroki Hajime is in the, God, what the hell Gundam is this?
I can tell you this. That's a
something assault, so I cannot make it out for the life of me. Does it say what Gundam she's in on your thing? Because I do not recognize this model for a change.
I got nothing.
Does it not say? Does the video not say?
Nope. The video, I'll put it this way. The video does this. Because I got it muted right now. So
it's a in what is it, in embedded player that they have, so this doesn't link to anywhere.
Right. So it doesn't actually say what the Gundam is.
If it shows what her unit does, I may be able to know what it is, because I know that's the Province Gundam. That's just the flattered hololive. I could see what that thing on her sidearm is.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Okay, more updates coming.
Go. Okay, there's Lammy. There's Mori. Whatever her name is. Todoroki. Okay, she's.
I want to say Iris is probably how you say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going
It's
with.
probably Iris. Okay, stop.
So
go back just a little bit.
Original color of the mobile suits.
That's yeah. I think that is door.
Bama, come on now.
Yeah, Bam. I don't think she's a Gundam girly. They're out there. I don't think we've had a one.
Not everybody's going to be a Michael B. Jordan with Gundams.
If Meg Thee Stallion ever decide to do Gundam, that would be.
And I think Mike is more of a he's more of a Studio Ghibli kid.
He had Gundams all around. The thing is a hidden thing in most of the Krieg movies. If you know where.
Okay. Oh, right. He did
have them.
I want to say this is from either the Eclipse OVA or this is a modified version of the Blitz Gundam from Gundam Seed.
Okay.
I might be wrong.
Well, it does look interesting. I will say that. But yeah, that was revealed at Gundam Conference Spring 2026. So yeah, that was where it's releasing the Wave 2s. So, and also April 7th has been officially declared Gundam Day. So
cool.
But no, all good news from there. Again, like we said, we don't know what's going to happen with the remakes and the remasters, but it's like it's going to be interesting either way. But yeah, again, I will always be down to watch Gundam Wing and Endless Waltz and G Gundam and C. Well, not C. I still need to. I was telling Joe before we started, I need to give Seed another shot, because I didn't give it the same thing I gave Unicorn, which again, Gundam Unicorn is actually pretty good.
Here it is. I have all the names. She's got the Gundam Stray Gold Frame Amatsu Gundam.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the a Stray Gold Frame is a side story to Gundam Seed.
Okay.
Gotcha. Well,
also, from what I've been told, I know there are people who don't know Gundam, but I'm being told everyone needs to stop trying to send folks to iron-blooded orphans first.
Here's the thing about that.
You need to stop. Oh, that is the anime trailer we forgot to grab. The new Ghost in the Shell trailer.
There is a new Ghost in the Shell?
Another one?
Yeah, they put out a brand new one.
That's new to me, but I'll go look for it. But no.
So many people are hating on it right now because they think the Major is like always supposed to be a stoic badass, meaning they never read the manga where she is a giant ass cornball.
I will say this though, as I'm looking up the trailer, to a point, you shouldn't show Iron Blood Orphans first. I will always agree with that. I will agree. You shouldn't show that first.
That was one of the recommendations. That was one of the recommendations Kevin on stage got during our interview, and someone was like, "What is wrong with you? Why would you like?" He already started with Attack on Titan. Why do you want to send him to the Darkest Gundam show first?
No, I would.
The Darkest Gundam show.
No, there's worse. There's a
there's so much worse. Let's talk Victory Gundam.
Yeah.
Okay. He was like, "Yeah, I've heard about." He's like, "I've heard about Gundam." Someone's like, "You should do Iron Blooded Orphans." I'm like, "Folks just get got in that show, don't they?"
Yeah,
if he is new and does not want to see any of the older anime, I will always recommend the two OVAs, 0080 War in a Pocket or 0083 Stardust Memories is a good place to start. If you want more Earth-based stuff that's quick and short, watch 08 MS Team, which in my opinion is one of the greatest Gundams of all time.
Fair.
Okay.
If you want super goofy Gundam, you go watch G Gundam.
G Gundam is for if you're again, that's my one.
If you like Street Fighter, if you love Street Fighter, you'll love G Gundam.
Oh yeah, I agree.
If you want pretty boys, you go either watch Gundam Wing or Gundam 00. If you want straight war stuff, you go watch the original 3 all the way through. If you want just a good, honest to God, and I say this, and this is actually a really good way to do it. If you want to try a favorite Gundam, go watch Gundam Build Fighters Season 1. And then if a Gundam catches your eye from the thing, because the whole premise of Build Fighters is they take the model kits and they fight the model kits in video game style combat.
Oh, yeah.
And if a model catches your eye or, hey, that dude, really cool, because The cool thing about the first season in particular is every background character is somebody from a Gundam series. So if a model catches your eye, you can look up what that model is and then go from there.
That's fair. I think I got the right. I had to make sure about the trailer first because I know there's certain versions of it. I did not know there was another new Ghost in the Shell. That's new to me. But
no, we covered the trailer originally, but this is like just the newest trailer.
The trailer from
Studio Sadu. Yeah, we covered that like months ago.
Are you just
from 2 years ago? Wasn't it almost like a couple of years since we reviewed the last trailer?
No, it was a couple of months ago. Not the one where it's like she's a teenager. This is the new one that's the adaptation of the manga.
I'll take your word for it. I was like, I could have sworn we covered one, but I'll take your word for it. Anyway, let's play it, see what it's about.
では教えよ。こいつは電脳犯罪史上最もユニークと評されたハッカー。人形使いだ。
公安休暇。地上直属で圧力の効かない組織です。
公安休暇の広角機動隊とか名乗ってて。心理学者に言わせれば情報過密時代における心の空洞化だとか。
女性の名前は草薙素子。公安休暇の対テロ要員との情報が入っています。
Okay, so that's different. So it looks like it's coming out July 7th of 20. Wait.
Yeah, 7/7/26. So like 2 months.
Yeah, so not too far off. I did not know. I completely forgot. And Joe's 100% right. We did cover this. This was 4 months ago. I completely forgot about this. I'll give it a fair shot. I'll watch it. But then again, I could see for a lot of people from Ghost in the Shell, they still have a bad taste in their mouth about a former Avenger playing her. But, I would give this a shot just because it looks like it is going to be closer to the manga on this one. So
I was going to say, because the original show everybody got put on was what? Standalone Complex?
Standalone Complex, which is more based from the movie continuity. So, like, the same. So, this is what's going on. This is the stuff I'm seeing. Is a lot of people are really, really attached to the Major from Standalone Complex, she is a smartass.
Yeah.
Major in the manga is a goofy ass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I never really tried Standalone Complex. I think I was too young for the always nighttime super cyberpunk. Everything's kind of got this weird, somewhat gritty. It never appealed to me. Even the opening theme song was just like, what? I never know what's happening. No. So anyway, I watched a couple episodes. I never knew what was going on. This one looks a little bit more, like you said, true to the source material, a little bit more campy. Characters are clearly going to be different than Standalone Complex. I think this I will actually be able to give a fair shot. I didn't watch that movie either because Standalone Complex didn't really appeal to me. I didn't bother with the movie. I didn't think it was going to be bad. I'm just like, I just don't think I'm a Ghost in the Shell guy.
I will sit there and say, Safari, you didn't miss anything. And
okay.
we don't talk about that movie.
I loved all the Ghost in the Shell movies. I don't understand why you guys just can't let go of the fact that she got put into an American body by an American corporation to do espionage against her will. It makes no sense to me.
But that's gonna be. It's gonna be looking so freaking good.
But no, like I so can't wait because everybody are such goofy dumbasses. Like Bato's hilarious. At one point, the Major just tells everybody, it's like, all right, after this, we're going to go get drunk, and I'm taking all you to a strip club.
Good God.
And then the only pure human dude is like, yeah, but I'm married. She's like, oh, you're definitely going then.
Good God.
Well,
that's
so there's a lot more humor based stuff in the original manga.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, like Standalone Complex seemed like there were no yucks in there whatsoever. It was just a serious show all the time, and the theme song told you that with all the CGI and the
it was one of those very dry humor stuff. Like there's a couple times where like the Major gets in a good pun, or like when she's protecting the kid sometimes, and the kid like jokes about making a move with her, and she calls his bluff and like lifts the blanket a little.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, if you want to try, you're welcome to. And he's like, no, that's improper. She just like gives a smirk at him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You trust me, Tafari. You'll like it.
Okay, and I guess
like it.
This one is called. I guess it's called The Ghost in the Shell. Is what this one's
being
called?
This is based off the manga.
Okay. Yeah. This one looks a little bit more welcoming. Like, I don't know, you get some of those shows that start with like everything all kind of super serious, and you get the harmonic anime vocals, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening, and I feel like I'm supposed to going in, and I just don't think this is for me.
Well, I mean, the opening of the anime is a reference to the opening of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like Berserk where they had a bunch of movies and they're like, all right, we'll finally do a damn show?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that answers a lot.
But you'll definitely like it.
All right.
But other news that we do got, guys, because a couple of it before we get to Nintendo and whatnot. PlayStation Plus catalog for this upcoming month of May. Of course, if you haven't already, you get a chance to play Star Wars Outlaws, Red Dead Redemption 2, Bramble the Mountain King, I still don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. The Tama Third. It sounds like Mike Tyson's trying to say Surge and Trauma at the same time. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, Broken Sword, Shadows of the Templar Reforged, Intoria, The Last Song Standard Edition, and of course with PlayStation Plus, you get the original Time Crisis. I can tell you of 2 games from me. Well, actually 3 games. Star Wars Outlaws is fun to play. It's a completely different story, but still fun to play. Red Dead Redemption 2. If you haven't played it, just go ahead and play it.
I'll say that. I'll definitely, if this is on the basic plan, then yes, I will definitely get Red Dead. Outlaws, I might download just to say I got it. I don't think I'm gonna play it though. If this is the same Bramble, I think it is, because I remember seeing that name a couple years ago and it was making rounds.
Bramble the Mountain King, about an adventure horror game.
Let me see.
I never heard of it.
Yeah. So if you ever played, what is it, Brothers in Elysian Tale? Bramble's kind of like that. So
okay, so
kind of you're a kid going through one of these old folktale stories, and just because you're a kid in an old story, everything's out trying to kill you. So
yeah. But yeah, I've heard that one. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, that's the other game. It's a nice third-person game. It does have good combat. The only thing I didn't like about it was the ending. That was the only thing I didn't like. But overall, it's still worth playing.
Wait, for which game? Which game?
Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn.
Okay, yeah,
so this game here.
Yeah, okay, I remember you telling me about this one too.
So yeah, it's not bad. I tell people, I said, look, combat-wise, it does take a little getting used to. I just didn't like the ending. Broken Sword, I haven't played that one. I can't say anything. Intoria, The Last Song, I've never played that one. Time Crisis, I've played that in every arcade and laundromat that they had. Again, this is the original Time Crisis, so it looks a little bit like this.
Wait, OG Time Crisis is on? Yeah. Is this on PlayStation Classics or is it on Basic Plus?
That one is actually on PlayStation Plus. The rest of them are on Extra Plus, but Time Crisis is the only one that's going to be on the Plus level.
All right. Lord, do they even make gun attachments for TVs anymore? Do they even work on modern TVs? Do they even work on? Because I remember that was the whole thing when they had the big widescreen 16 inches.
Yeah.
Like those are technically made of like film paper so the gun wouldn't aim right, but you need an actual glass TV to pick
I remind me to see the link. I had found one on Temu where it's like, oh, is this the old school Time Crisis gun? And I was like, oh, and the fact you connect to a TV, I was like, oh, this is fun. Oh, I can have some fun with this. But Joe, any other recommendations outside of that? Because I know, like I said, the games I know I played, I would highly recommend. I can't really talk about the rest of them, but if they tickle your fancy, give it a shot. What's it, Joe?
I mean, definitely Star Wars Outlaws, especially since they reworked some of the game's combat and stealth mechanics.
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption has no hold on me whatsoever because I do not like Westerns, and I do not want to have a life simulator where if I don't bathe regularly in a video game and take care of myself in a video game, people will not talk to me. I would. Bramble, I have no idea what the hell that is. Is that the horror game? Bramble?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's kind of a horror game. There was a demo out where like you're a kid, but you're like a
Yeah, I did play this.
Yeah, you're running through the pond, and the water witch is now trying. That's like the first boss. The witch. Yeah.
The Thermophog, I have no idea what the hell that is. Flintlock Siege of Dawn sounds more like Cowboys again. Broken Sword, Shadows of the Temple Reforged. That just sounds like a Souls-like.
Yeah, Bramble's super short, but I know it came
Oh,
the way
no,
it was
it's not.
super
It's
popular.
a point and
Oh, no,
click.
it's way different.
Is this a...
Well, it's got clowns already, so I'm terrified.
Okay, so this
it's a point and click adventure game. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Rainbow Fish? Or what is the game I'm thinking of?
Yeah, it's well, I can't remember what those games were called. They're point and click games. I completely forgot what they're called.
that was in most of it. Freddy Fish, that's what it is. Those old Freddy Fish games in the Jumpstart CDs. Good old my first point and click adventures.
I was gonna say Sam and Max.
I did,
Also
but didn't
another
they?
one.
I was gonna say that, but didn't they move to 3D like many games ago?
Yep.
Yes, they did. As for the other one, I have no idea.
As Bama says, wait, Red Dead Redemption 2, you have to bathe regularly if people won't talk to you. Pretty much. That was one of the mechanics that Rockstar put in. They pretty much sat there and said, if you do not bathe regularly, people will not talk to you. And that is a actual fact. They will not talk to you. They will literally avoid you like the plague if you are not quote unquote clean. So, but again, that was the games for this month. Will be available, I believe. Let me go back just to double check I wasn't wrong. It looks they're out now. So again, it actually came out as of the 12th. So you guys definitely can take a look at that. Again, our recommendations. We're not considering ourselves expert, but we're just saying, hey, these games tickle our fancy. Maybe they'll tickle yours. Give them a shot when you get a chance. Xbox, because I still don't trust the AI overlord. If you have, and again, I stress this very heavily what I'm about to say, so please listen if you are a Nitro subscriber for Discord. Xbox and Discord did announce a collaboration to where Xbox Game Pass is available to Discord Nitro subscribers. So if you are on Discord and you are a Nitro subscriber, you actually get an Xbox Game Pass membership. Again, this basically allows you, if you're going to play Xbox Game Pass, allows you to the library. I think this is a starter edition, so you're not going to get the same thing as Ultimate. So you might get access to play online. You might get a few games, but that is about it. Of course, they also want to mention that, hey, we're also the starter edition of Game Pass, and the price for Game Pass have came down a little bit. Now, what I mean by that is the price drop for Game Pass Ultimate went from $29 a month to $22.99 a month, and Xbox PC Game Pass went from $16 and some change to $13 and some change per month. I will go ahead and say this. If you are a Discord subscriber and you've never had Game Pass, it's probably going to be up your alley. Again, Game Pass does have a lot of games out there, but I do think that they do kind of try to goad you into upgrading the Ultimate because you don't actually get the full access to the library under Starter and Plus. So, yeah, I mean, I understand it. I still don't trust the AI lady because, again, how they're going about things, it just doesn't sit well with me. But fellas, anything else y'all want to add to that?
I never knew what Nitro was, and apparently there were Nitro scams for a while, and I kept getting DMs about them, and I thankfully ignored all of them because I didn't know that that's how hackers are getting into people's account. But I'm also like, I'm not important enough in Discord for y'all to be trying to get whatever I got out there outside my screen name. But I also don't see, like, outside of being able to send larger files, what the point of Nitro is. But hey, if there's a new way for people who do have it to get more discounts on games or easier access to stuff via other subscriptions, God bless it. Hey, I get it. We're in a subscription-based economy and a rough economy. So if you are a heavy Discord user, you got Nitro, and this is beneficial. Take advantage, I guess. I am not the best equipped person to speak on the matter. Also, most of the Discords I'm in, I'm very much just like, hey, where's the self-promo channel? Post my stuff, and then I'm just kind of out of there. Do you, Joe, do you use Discord at all, or you just
group chat? I use Discord. I just never use Nitro.
What are the perks or benefit? What is the reason? What is the use of the? I generally don't know. Like, what do people use Nitro for?
Let me just Google. What is benefit to having large file uploads, advanced profile aesthetics, high definition streaming, and Nitro Awards? Nitro Awards for Xbox Game Pass, hardware discounts, orb bonuses. I have no idea what the hell that is. Massive file sharing, HD streaming, server boosts, custom videos.
So basically, it's just the same things you would get if you were a subscriber with Facebook.
Sure,
that's pretty much what it is. Sorry about that, guys. Obi was running loose. Get him back in bed because he gets loose. It's a problem. But no, like I was saying before, if you are a Discord Nitro user, this does work in your favor. For the rest of us, yeah, we're still not trusting Xbox. But moving right along, guys. Even though we usually do comments at the end of the podcast, this story did get my attention because I can't help, and I was saying this before we went live, because I could have sworn Marvel has already attempted this before. So what we're seeing right now is Midnight, which is basically a bold new line, basically trying to say, well, what if all your favorite Marvel characters are basically vampires? They're calling it dark, unpredictable, unmissable. It's supposed to be a Midnight universe that's supposed to enter in a world where anything can happen, and pretty much creators are given free reign to current heroes to just write how they will. Especially like in this case, the X-Men no longer fight for acceptance. They hunger for blood. The Fantastic Four venture into the unknown, not to save the world, but to unleash terror upon it. And Spider-Man discovers that with great power comes something monstrous. I could have sworn they attempted this before. And Joe was trying to help me with this, but it's not the Blade run, which again, I did like the Vampire summer run. But I cannot, for the life of me, because I could have sworn even though this wasn't tried with X-Men, it bothers me. But Jonathan Hickman and Matteo De La Fonte will be attached to X-Men. Benjamin Percy, Kev Walker will be attached to Fantastic Four. Philip Kennedy Johnson and forgive me if I completely destroy this name, Citron will be with Spider-Man. These are all coming out. X-Men will come out in August 2026. Fantastic Four comes out in September. Spider-Man comes out in October. I I'm indifferent about this because, like I said, I can't remember where. I really cannot remember where. It's going to bother me for the longest time that they've attempted something like this, and I cannot think of it. Now, do not get me wrong. Does Marvel need to tell darker stories? Yes. I don't think it needs to be done with current characters, though. I think there are characters with stories out there that are already dark that you can actually do. But again, that's just me. Because, I mean, how many other ways can you tell the X-Men from doing something and then you try to make the Fantastic Four seem evil? And we all know that we all know that. Why did I say Peter and Spider-Man at the same time? We all know Peter can go dark side. And it's a scary thing to see Spider-Man go dark side. But do we really need an entire storyline for that to happen, or is it just me?
So this is already started, or this is coming?
It's coming out. So yeah. Like the first one is gonna be X-Men, Midnight X-Men, and that's in August.
So is this Midnight Suns light, basically, or Midnight Suns touches on to these major franchises here?
That is a good question. Because the way go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
So this is its own imprint. It's a horror imprint. This is not like an event or anything. They're just reimagining things. So this is like, what if the X-Men were also vampires and Nightcrawler has to pretty much become the Belmont of the series. Fantastic Four is cosmic horror, and Spider-Man is body horror because it's supposed to be he is bitten by a mutated spider in Oscorp, and that transforms him pretty much into Man Spider, who is fighting Oscorp's animal-human hybrid project.
Yeah.
And doing things with them. So, yeah. So it's body horror, cosmic horror, and like movie horror.
No, fair enough. But no, that's pretty much it. Y'all got rid of Ultimate for this. Ultimate, look.
Ultimate did rap, didn't it?
Yeah, Ultimate did rap. But, Bama, I'm going to be honest with you about Ultimate. Ultimate was not going to have a very long run. They're not designed to. They really aren't. The Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man one was great. I was trying to think of another one. Ultimate Black Panther was good, but they all have limited runs. They're not going to run for very long. It's just telling a one-shot story, and then they go into hibernation for a year or two, and then come back with another Ultimate storyline. I would love for them to continue, but honestly, keeping them short and sweet makes a lot more sense. I'm just saying. But other news that we do have, because again, I'm excited about this. Joe brought this up with the group, and all I gotta sit there and say, sir, is first and foremost, welcome back. Former Tekken boss Kashiro Harada is launching his own gaming studio with SNK following Bandai Namco. This means everything. For all those that don't know, let's be honest, he was the brand behind Tekken for so many years. And now that he's out and now that he's got his own studio in a partnership with SNK, I was starting to think to myself, there are some SNK fighting games that I wish he would bring back. But Joe also brings up a great point that he also can create something new, which again, I'm not against that.
Yeah, I don't see Harada bringing back, and this is going very old school. I think this is probably before Tafari was born. I just don't see him bringing back Voltage Fighter Go Kaiser.
I was gonna say World Heroes Perfect. At least World Heroes in this wrestling age. You're telling me you wouldn't play World Heroes Perfect if it was remastered?
King of the Monsters
would play that.
World Heroes and King of Monsters is Capcom, isn't it?
No, World Heroes Perfect is an SNK, and if I am correct, King of the Monsters 2 is also SNK. So if I'm right, they are both SNK games. So King of the Monsters SNK, yeah, I am right. King of the Monsters is SNK, Art of Fighting, The King of Fighters, Blazing Star, Baseball Stars, Ikari Warriors, Shock Troopers, Polestar.
Oh, you know what I would want him to bring back though? Last Blade.
Yes, I'm not against that. I would love to play Last Blade, the Last Blade or Last Blade 2. I would be completely okay with that. But
hey, watch Far Eye, Port of Far Eye down there's like these names mean nothing to me.
I mean, I think I've heard them in passing from you guys, but that is about it.
But yeah, I will say this though, like I said, but Joe does bring up a point. This does give Harada the chance to create something without being restrained. Because I'm gonna be honest, even though he hasn't said it, he was hamstringed in Namco. And you can tell he was hamstringed in Namco just because, well, he'll always be a part. He'll always entertain the crowd. He'll always give his best. But you can see when someone's getting hamstringed. It's like, you're not going to allow me to create the game I want to create. You guys want to have more input on it. So therefore, hey, y'all do it and I'm out. So I'm curious to see what he's going to come up with. I know, like I said before, I know me and Joe are wishful thinking because these games are, again, not to throw a joke at Tafari, but these games are probably older than Tafari. And at the same time, I would love to see them back. I know those games are on GOG. I know. But what I'm getting at is they also could turn around and make remakes of those. But again, that's a niche market. Not too many people are going to be wanting to play those. So to give Harada something new to work with, that the sky's the limit. Now, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fighting game. I'm just curious to see if he actually tries his hand at something else. I want to see him try. I do want to see him try to do a narrative-driven game. I want to see if he's able to do that.
I just want him to start asking people if "Are you okay?" before he tells them to shut the hell up and sit the hell down.
Then again, Momo-Khan, you have one job. You have one job and one job alone. Get this man to Waffle House.
Maybe he's already got the Waffle House. Maybe it'll be a Waffle House fight simulator game. He's like, you know what? I need to go get like the accurate layout of what this place looks like. So we'll go to Atlanta. I'm wondering if he's gonna launch his new studio, like if he's got anything to show off while he's at Momo, because Momo's in like I think 4 or 5 days. So it's next weekend, I believe. So it's coming up. So I'm curious if he's doing interviews, if he has any. Because I know some of our people are going, and I think they got their press credentials. So I'm like, if y'all get info, please let me know.
Yeah, he might. I'm pretty sure he's going to be showing something. But yeah, that does kind of make sense to see what he's actually going to do with that. But like I said, I'm excited. I really want to see what he's going to do, but I also want him to expand his horizons a little bit. But that's
if this new company takes the shackles off, then God bless him.
Right. But other news that we do have, Sega did cancel their Super game. Apparently it was a live service game that I guess didn't really take off, considering the fact that Sega was about to attempt to release this, but due to financials not working out in their favor, they decided to go ahead and cancel it. Now, because Joe has stood there and told us it was a live service game, I'm like, what? No one asks for a live service game. Nobody wants a live service game. We would just want to be able to play a game where you're not trying to nickel and dime us to death. Oh, well, you can have skins. Okay, cool. You make them unlockable instead of putting them behind a paywall. But no, live service games, I could understand why Sega didn't want to do it. I don't know why Sega was considering it to begin with. But it makes sense that, hey, we're going to lose more money than what we're getting back. It's just no point. So I will give you credit, Sega, for having the forthright to do this, because most other companies would just keep it going. But I was like, Joe, did they ever say what the name of the game was, or just say it was just live service?
No, they never said what it was. They never said what the concept was. They just said it was more than likely their live service game that they were planning, and then I think Sega just looked at the gaming atmosphere at the moment and was like, yeah, this is not gonna sell. And
that's what makes me wonder what it. I'm like,
I'm like, please let this be exaggerated, but $800 million budget. I'm like,
nah.
Is that the long-term expense plan? Like, what? I'm pretty sure like, what are we doing? What was the plan? Also, Sega, y'all don't need to be making live service anything. Like, complete a project, put it out, be done. At this, y'all think y'all got what? Sonic Rumble? That's it. That's it. Stick to the gacha games. Y'all don't need shit else that needs to be on consoles as a live service. Like, just no.
But Bama, to that point though, Marvel and Rival and Snap are actually good games though. See, here's the thing: you can actually make a live service game, but if it's a game that works, because Marvel Snap, Apex Legends, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, even Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike is good God. It's up there in age. I think me and Joe barely got Counter-Strike beaten by maybe 2 or 3 years old. It's that old. I'm pretty sure Counter-Strike's 30 years old. 30 to 32 years old. I'm almost certain about that. But there's nothing wrong with those types of live service games, Bama. I just think that, again, some of them, like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, that's a live service game that needs to be live service. Because, again, the way they present it versus what came out, ticked off and rubbed some people the wrong way. So I'm not against live service games being put out. I just think that there needs to be time, preparation, and planning. That's all I'm getting at. But also another Sega news, though, that we do have that we can be extremely happy about is that Sonic 4 has actually wrapped filming. Of course, as we see right there, and Tafari does not miss a beat when it comes to Sonic postings.
Well, because I saw this for once, the algorithm showed me something that wasn't too damn days old because, Instagram wanted to reintroduce Snapchat this week for some damn reason.
Yep.
Which, by the way, if y'all follow me on Instance, don't. I promise you're going to find nothing serious on there. It's all just going to be angry text posts from me. You will never see my face. But yeah, apparently we have officially wrapped filming on Sonic 4. And for those who don't know, Jeff Fowler he worked on the CG cutscenes for Shadow the Hedgehog. So this man is like from the mud with it. And again, we no longer use tennis balls. We made enough money to start using practical effects. So I fully expect to see this Metal Sonic on tour come time, which I believe is going to be this December or this winter. It comes out.
That's a good question.
Sonic 4 release date March 19th. Never mind, I lied. We're waiting a whole year. Happy birthday to future me. Hey, look, if y'all want to come to BlurredCon with the promos, please get in contact with me. We'll run it on the stream. But yeah, we got I'm curious what the story is. We know Metal Sonic is here. We got Amy and potentially time travel antics. And Lord, I'm blanking on the name of the sister who plays Mrs. Donut Lord. Tika Sumpter. We're all waiting to see the color of Tika Sumpter's shirt. Unless they've caught on and they're just gonna throw us for a loop.
Or come out with the rainbow.
I mean, if they did though, that would still be so many characters. However, if it comes out purple, so many people might be pissed because I guess there's a brand of people out there who can't stand Big the Cat.
I don't know why.
Me neither. Like, I didn't hate Big. Somebody hated him because if you play I think the GameCube version of Adventure 2 or the Xbox version.
Yeah,
Big is in the background of so many levels of that game and just put in the most dire predicaments. And I'm like, who did this to you in development? Like, who hated Big the Cat this much that like every level he makes a cameo, make sure he is suffering. But yeah, I'm excited for the movie. I'm glad. I forgot that it was. I didn't know they had already started filming. I knew they were like kind of already doing voice work and whatnot because I know Kristen Bell had just got announced as Amy not a few months back. So I thought they were still putting a cast and crew together, if not kind of getting production done. I don't know. It seems like filmmaking, depending on the franchise and the budget, is done pretty quick these days, which I don't think they've done a rush job. But I remember growing up, it's like, yeah, it takes us about a whole year and 6 months to do it, and then like another year for editing. I'm like, damn, y'all are kind of cranking these things out in like a very neat schedule, but
it works.
It works. I'm actually very excited that we are getting a practical Metal Sonic, like straight up out the video games. I'm curious if he will be doing his. I keep forgetting the name of what he was called in Sonic Heroes. Not the Metal Overlord. It is the one that he is before he turns into the giant monster. What is it?
Hey, you got me thinking about it. Like,
I want to say it is Neo Metal, but let me make sure I am not. Yes, okay. His Neo Metal form that he used in Sonic Heroes. I'm also curious if this. I'm also curious if we know the Sonic CD theme is making a appearance here. I'm curious if we get Neo Metal, if we get Metal Overlord, if we are getting another Supersonic and Shadow, if Silver is going to be our secret character, or they're just going to throw him in there since Amy's story does involve time travel antics.
Yeah.
In Sonic CD, even though it's kind of just like in one place. I don't think we'll be doing Little Planet. I don't see that happening, but I can see. I don't know, but potentially we're bouncing back and forth between the same location, just like the game. But yeah, if we get Neo Metal, I'm curious if we get a what is the song? Not Live and Learn. What I'm Made Of or Sonic Heroes like theme makes an appearance in here.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. What do you say? Scarlett Johansson could do Rogue. Let's not put Scarlett Johansson in everything, Bama.
She already didn't she just get announced in Batman?
Yeah, she just got announced in Batman. Yeah.
And personally, I didn't mind the early 2000s Rouge for like Sonic X and Sonic X 06. Because now that she's like kind of childish, she's kind of blending in with the rest of the cast. Like early Rouge, I get it. Some people are just like, okay, y'all were a little too gooned out. And I'm like, the design maybe, but I did like that she kind of had that, not like seductress, but she kind of had that mature older woman aspect to her because her and Knuckles her and Knuckles were always the two older kids / young adults of all of those characters.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't she distract the crap out of Knuckles or just confuse him with Logic?
I don't want to say confuse him with Logic. I know I don't know. They had a very love-hate relationship all the time.
Okay.
But then they used to fight
her
a lot.
And she really likes to flirt with Espio, apparently, considering the Chaotic Files.
Yeah, that. I'm just like, okay, because the whole thing was like, oh, we're trying to get her away from being flirty Rouge. I'm like, okay, but like, if you look at how her and Sonic are talking in Cross Worlds, and then you look at how her and Sonic she's talking to Espio, which I get it. She is trying to get him to like swap teams because she wants his ninja powers for easy smashing grabs.
That's what I gather is like she's hitting on Knuckles because Knuckles guards Big Gem or likes to find treasure.
Yeah.
Flirts with Espio because Espio wants to be a ninja and has ninja skills which can be used for espionage and thievery.
Yeah, at least with Knuckles, there's a little bit of a ship there because he genuinely, even if it is just her flirt, he at least shows that he does care. Like even in Sonic X, when she beat the hell out of him on Mobius, it's because he hurt her feelings, is what happened. And then in Sonic Adventure, when they first meet, when he saves her from falling in the lava, even though you can fly, and he was like, "Yeah, sorry if I hurt you," and then he runs away. So like they've always had a little something. It's just weird that they're like, we want to get away from Flirty Rouge, and it's like, okay, well that was a fucking lie. Because telling Sonic that you can hold on, let me see if I can find.
My favorite is the webcomic where they are married and couple waiting a kid, and Knuckles like, you should have laid it by now. She's like, what? It's like the egg. It's like, what are you talking about? A kitten has come from eggs.
Yeah, like somebody did a voiceover where they added more. I put it in the private chat. They added more to the line from Crossworlds because already her and Knuckles kind of have like a flirty / rivalry in Crossworlds too. But then you have her and Sonic like, I can handle the curves. I'm like, who wrote this? Like I'm okay with like slightly adult-esque jokes slipping in. Yeah, this. Shout out to Jet. Jet is hilarious.
Okay, let me mute myself on.
It's still not
Still no sound.
Oh, the tab is muted. Yep, this is it.
Don't get distracted, handsome. We're here to race, so keep your eyes on the road.
Come on, you're talking to a pro here. I know how to handle the curves like an expert.
Oh, don't get too excited there. Wouldn't want you finishing too quickly.
Trust me, I can handle the friction without even making a pit stop.
How do I know you're not working with a 2-stroke engine?
Why don't you let me power slide in and I'll show you?
You'll have to offer more than that if you want to fill up my tank.
Wait till you see what I've got under the hood.
Are you sure you're good enough to drive stick?
Yeah, and I can even clean out your tailpipe.
Well then, if you're feeling that brave, I might just strap on my extreme gear.
Bring it! Just know I always come out on top. Why do I feel like you guys aren't talking about cars?
How did they get away with that?
So the first two lines where he's like, so the dialogues and crosswords are only two lines. It's rival and then you clap back. So she says this. So this is completely fan voiced over, but she actually does say this, and this is his response. Everything after this is the two people that are very well imitating their voices and just making a mod. So all of this was just a joke, but yeah, this is how Rouge talks to people now. Everyone but Knuckles. So I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. So
as Knuckles comes out of nowhere and says, "You're not talking about driving cars, y'all told him not driving."
That was my only thing when they tried to redo the whole Sonic Boom. I'm like, why is he an idiot now? He gave us memes. I'm great for it, but why is he big, dumb, and like stupid? But yeah, Rouge. I hope Rouge is in the movie. I would love to get our girls introduced as like the freedom fighters, kind of like Sonic the animated series was. So like if Metal Sonic comes from the future and we go to which. Not sure if I want everybody to be just future characters, but if we were to go and you have like Rouge, Sally, Amy, Cream the Rabbit, and it's like, oh, these girls have been the Resistance, and potentially like inspired by Sonic and friends from the past. I'm either way. The movie's done. I'm hoping we start seeing little by little promos here and there. Hey, in Fowler we trust, man. In Fowler we trust.
Agreed. You've already knocked out 3. You already knocked out 3 good Sonic movies. I will definitely trust them to make the 4th.
And if we have the medal, more than one medal, if we can go with Devin's idea and letting all the medals, even for a one line, be voiced by a previous Sonic, you would have many more butts and seats.
Yep. But speaking of things that we're going to talk about, because we did have a little bit of this conversation before the podcast started, and we had to realize we kind of need to save it for content. Nintendo did announce for Nintendo Switch 2, did announce the Choose Your Game bundle. So Nintendo basically said that, hey, even though right now we're priced $4.99, if you do buy this bundle today, you get to choose between a full game download of Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, or Pokemon Pokopia. So that is if you get this. That's it. That you only get that as a gaming voucher coupon, which you can get on the eShop. That's only after you've actually purchased a Switch 2. Now, again, with the way that the PC component world is going, the RAM bubble did burst, but it's going to take at least years to recover. Now they're going after hard drives and video cards. So apparently somebody on the PC world thinks that, hey, we're going to hoard all this, and that's going to force, and again, Nintendo has already stood there and said this, their shareholders want a higher price on the Switch 2. To which, during our conversation before the show went live, I kept saying, and Joe knows me very well when I say this, Nintendo is a thief of joy and a corrupt gaming company. Because, again, like I said, you could get a Switch 2 right now before prices go up, because shareholders want the price of the Switch to go up by at least $50. So what Nintendo is saying is right now you can get a Switch 2 and then you can choose from one of the games that are available. I have sat there and I've said this, that Nintendo is corrupt and money hungry, at the same time will give you crap thinking it smells like gold. I still sit there and say this, and I will argue this to death. With the current library of the Switch 2, it doesn't seem like I need to hurry up and get this moment. Because again, guys, keep in remember, the Switch 1 is still in effect. Probably for the next year or two, it'll probably hit a life cycle upgrade, which means that support for the Switch 1 will no longer be available. So again, though, you can still use it, but again, it doesn't have the same issue or maintenance cost that you're not going to pay out of pocket for. Now, me and Joe had this conversation about this because Joe will sit there and say, and I did say this, that yes, Nintendo is corrupt. At the same time, the fact that you are listening to a shareholder instead of the people who actually buy the games that you play seems like a big ass smack in the face. To which Joe sat there, Joe, would you like to reiterate your point as far as us when we were discussing about the Switch 2?
If they were as corrupt as they would have raised the price already, like Sony and Xbox did, rather than giving us this option, telling us, hey, we're doing this in August. Please go ahead and get the Switch 2 now. Here is an $80 game, a $70 game, or a $70 game for free with the added price of $50.
Right.
By the way, we're increasing the Switch price in August. Please get it now because we also understand going into next year, we will not be moving a lot of hardware. Mm-hmm. We are also not taking into account that we are coming up on Summer Games in less than a month. So we don't know what Nintendo's doing. Is there games on the console right now that are must-haves? I would honestly say Bonanza and Pokopia and Tomodachi Life. Because let's face it, Tafari's done the skit.
Yeah.
Sonic Racing Crossworlds is making Mario eat ass at this point.
And I fully keep fucking forgetting Metroid 4 is out. Like I'm not even being like I literally wrote that in as I was writing that script. Someone brought it up on Twitter and was like, "Hey, you notice how we talk about Tomodachi Life and never talked about Metroid 4?"
Metroid 4 is fine. I mean, it's a good game. It's just like it's Metroid. We get hyped for it because people get hyped for nostalgia, much like the Star Fox thing.
Yeah, but the hype I'm seeing for Tomodachi Life is the level of hype the promotions think you're going to get for these other games. And so far, Tomodachi and Pokopia are the only two that I've seen got that. Mario Kart and Metroid franchise titles, but as far as I'm concerned, those came and went kind of. So they are doing well with Tomodachi Life because even my sister called me and was like, "Can I play this on my console?"
Yeah. So what I said, and I'm not trying to defend Nintendo entirely. I am trying to point out that if they were as bad as we're saying they are, they would have already increased the price. Were not transparent with us. Would not be giving us this option. Am I a Nintendo fanboy? Fuck no. I recognize the greater of two evils. That's why I'm in the Sony camp. But also, I understand at the same time as me saying this, there are no camps because the console wars are over and dead. If you're perpetuating that, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
But I still sit there and say, again, my counterpoint to that was, does the Switch 2 currently have games that are worth the $4.99 investment?
And I go back to saying we don't know yet because Summer Games hasn't happened.
I know, but
so I'm saying to see what's going on.
Right.
I will say they do. It seems like everyone right now is trying to counter with sales before, because Nintendo is the only one that hasn't raised them yet, right?
Right.
Correct.
So I think before Nintendo has to jump on the other side of that fence and be like, "Hey, we're expensive now too." Because I feel like, does Nintendo know their games are on sale at Costco for like $30? I don't know what that sale is about. Apparently it's all legit and people are taking full advantage of it. And I think you just get I don't know if you get the game or just a game key.
I was gonna say that sounds like a lot of inventory somebody's trying to get rid of if it's physical games.
I don't know. I've only been in a Costco like 4 times in my whole life, but from what I've seen from the videos, you get like this big cardboard cutout and then you pay for that. And then I guess an employee goes to get you the game, or
yes, back in the day, like the old ways of R-Zone and Toys R Us. I remember that.
Yeah, because like Costco never has like their physical merchandise as far as like CDs and games out.
Yeah.
So every time I see
just remember service merchandise, you had to wait for a conveyor belt.
Jesus.
You know what's funny? The Toys R Us here never got reused into anything else. So every time I just drive by that empty husk of a building and look at like where the logos used to be, I'm like, hey, like if anybody's ever watched Swoozy on YouTube and he has the video about how he kind of scammed Toys R Us, it was that Toys R Us. And I know exactly which one he's talking about and how he pulled that off. But yeah, it's I feel like this is them trying to get ahead of it. I feel like they're trying to build hype now to please buy this console before it gets expensive. But also, we're not going to tell you why you need to buy it because we have either Summer of Games or Directs coming out. So they're before the whole console generation right now gets outpriced again. Especially because I know there's RAM issues and trying to get Cobalt is also crazy because wars and fighting overseas.
Especially where
the only reason why I'm giving Nintendo, and I'm sorry to interrupt, the only reason why I'm giving Nintendo grace is they have been transparent about this whole thing the whole way through. It's not like Microsoft and Xbox where they just go like, it's this. They're saying it's that, plus we understand as a result of this, we're not going to be moving hardware, so please get your hardware now. I'm also looking at the fact that this is Zelda's 40th anniversary. We do know we are getting some sort of remaster. We don't know which one it is. It's more than likely going to be Ocarina of Time remaster, remake. I would also love Twilight Princess remake or remaster, or the Toon Link trilogy. Put on the Switch and Switch 2. Or
what is that? Was that Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and
Spirit Tracks?
There you go. Go ahead.
But that's why I'm saying that right there is a better promo. Like,
but that's what I'm saying could be announced in a month.
But no, but what I'm getting at is what they try to do right there doesn't entice you. You literally just gave a better example of what they possibly could do, and that could drive people's sales. I'm just saying,
we know we know their marketing is ass. They never
their marketing is ass. I mean, Tafari did a whole skit about it.
Yeah, I know.
They will forever try to be the cool kids table, and like. The cool thing is that they have something they don't want to tell us, even though they know we need to know and it would benefit them. That is Nintendo being Nintendo in this situation.
But no, Nintendo's the parent in the room. I'll give you that. But I'm just saying that if you're trying to move units, hire people that can actually do something with it. Because like I said, for me, I see no reason for a Switch 2. My Switch right now, knock on wood, is fine, and my kids haven't broken it. Although I have to kind of watch them because Obi's got a hell of an arm on him. But no, I just don't see a reason for it. Now, like to Joe's detriment, does that mean that can change Summer of Games? Yes, it could change Summer of Games. They might sit there and be sitting on a home run shot, and they want to do it on the grandest stage of them all. Not to quote WWE, but I'm just saying that as of right now, I'm just not moved to spend almost $500 on another system that when my current Switch is working fine until 3 years from now when they decide to kill the life cycle of it, deal with that as it comes along. But I'm just saying that Nintendo could do better. That's all I'm getting at. But
they have done better, and my thing is they have done better than Sony, and they've definitely done better than Microsoft, because Microsoft at this point, they are just a glorified publisher putting out a small PC to play video games.
Oh yeah, I'll be honest. All this new stuff Microsoft is doing, I don't trust that lady. This all feels like, hey, we planned this, but put this lady in place and make it seem like she's doing it. Something was enough to make Phil and his successor leave, and I still need to see what that is.
She is doing the exact same thing dude did before Phil. I forget his name. Jerry something came in, and then he turned around and go, by the way, everything is now connected to the Kinect.
Yeah. It's just, like I said, I'll leave my judgment for it. For right now, I just don't see getting a Switch 2 as that important.
Oh, that's the thing. No one does. That's why they're trying to entice us now before it's more expensive and even less enticing. That's why again, Star Fox will bring some people, especially when you have that co-op mode, and then people are gonna hate that co-op mode because what do you mean? Like, it's gonna be those Chuck E. Cheese games. Like, all right, who's driving, who's shooting, and who's getting fired? Like,
I ain't gonna lie, some of them Chuck E. Cheese games be fired though.
They are, but the ones
we're shooting and we're gonna fire Slippy.
Again, Slippy doesn't even sound like Slippy, but which again that came from the homie Devin. Devin's like, as a voice director, the actors are great. Everyone sounds very boring. Like, no, I cannot tell you who's talking if I was to maybe be returning a text during a cutscene or I run to go pee with the TV at max volume.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, some people will get it for Star Fox. That's enough. Star Fox won for the 5th time, but who knows? We might get some stuff. Maybe we'll get a new Pokemon dungeon. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some upgraded games. Maybe they'll tell us. Maybe we'll get a Zelda movie trailer, which means we're never getting another game.
Pretty much.
Y'all are going to keep getting these Tears of the Kingdom spinoffs and like it.
Yeah, I would say so. But like I said, we'll see what happens with Summer of Games when that comes up. So the other piece of news that we have before we get to our TV anime reviews and comic pulls, Weird Al is developing a jukebox musical, and went on the Howard Stern show. Stern, God dang, Stern, sir. He basically went on the show to talk about what it is, but not to get too excited yet.
You want to make on my show. And I think this is a winning idea.
We are developing a Weird Al jukebox Broadway musical. The working title is Dare to Be Stupid, the Weird Al musical, featuring, of course, songs from my catalog. The book is being written by Scott Brown and Anthony King, the guys that did Gutenberg the musical, and also the book for Beetlejuice the musical. So a lot of really high-powered players involved in this, and it looks like it's happening at some point.
What does that mean, jukebox musical?
It's a musical that's based around an artist's catalog of songs.
It'll feature the music of Weird Al Yankovic.
That's right, yeah.
I think this could be big. I think I would go to this.
Don't go to Times Square and wait for a line to form quite yet. We're just in the very beginning stages of it.
And maybe you'll come out and surprise the audience a couple of nights.
Who knows? Who knows? You never know.
This is,
and I'm not against that. Again, I've been with Weird Al since UHF. But to see a jukebox musical of his songs, to see Eat It and
if they do Trapped in the Drive-Thru, I would absolutely go see this, especially because I think that was one of his longest bits, and that was like an 11-minute cartoon. I'm also curious in the jukebox style if it's going to be like a performance based around each song.
Yeah,
but because it's a jukebox, they can be performed in a different order every night. I don't know much about musicals. I think the last one I went to was for kicks and giggles. I was friends with the drama club kids, and I went to I think the Milwaukee Theater or whatever it's called, and watched the official play of Cinderella. Elementary school, they used to take us to go see the Nutcracker, which was actually very nice. But I don't know anything. I wanted to see the Book of Mormon. I heard that was actually
it's interesting.
Good. I heard the Book of Mormon was actually very good.
It's definitely an interesting play. But I can see that Canadian Idiot.
That's the other one I couldn't think of.
Poker Face, another one, Rides the Bus, Amish Paradise, White and Nerdy, Smells Like Nirvana. I could My Baloney. That is an actual song, kids. I can see all of these being put somewhere in the middle of a jukebox musical. But yeah, I would definitely want to see what they do with that. But what say you, Joe?
Oh, I'm down. I own all the Weird Al albums.
Because I know I get that, but that's just we can't give him for all that again. Weird Al has actually accomplished a lot because I think he got a. Does he have an Emmy? Does he have an Emmy for his acting? Or if I'm wrong,
I don't know if he's got an Emmy or not.
Because I want to say he did get one. I just can't. I can't put my finger on where he got an Emmy from. I could have sworn he did get one. I think it was because of his biopic.
Yes.
I think because the biopic was.
Yes, and Emmy, he won the Creative Arts Emmy for Outstanding Television Movie Performance for the Weird Al, the 22 the 2022 biopic that him and Daniel Radcliffe made.
Okay, so no, I'm if this becomes a thing, I'm definitely gonna be white. I am definitely gonna want to see that.
Isn't Howard Stern only like subscription based radio now? Isn't he no longer?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he went there to make it. And I mean, Howard's a legend in radio. He definitely
radio.
You gotta think. Well, I mean, you gotta think with Stern though. He got a $120 million deal with Sirius XM at the time, and just got extended again. So
I mean, that makes sense. I was like, I haven't heard because my parents own whatever the name of what was it like Dirty Parts or something like that. Howard Stern's movie.
Yeah.
Which my God, when my time in radio became an allegory for my life. Yeah, radio is a very ghetto business. No, seriously, like you remember how in the movie Howard was like harassing all of his guests, or not his guests, his industry forced co-hosts, so they would quit and they would bring back. I found out that shit is real.
Oh yeah, he says he did that on purpose.
No, I'm saying, but like that was like 30 years, like today, like 2020, that shit still goes on, and that's like how it's done. Like, they're like contracts, and you can't swap this person, you can't fire him, you have to get someone to quit, so you can't even try to buy him out their contract. You got to like basically unofficially harass them out of it. Like it was my time in radio down the street, man. I was like, oh, this is what Howard Stern was talking about. Also, this is still how like no wonder every other media is kind of surpassing y'all to an extent. Like outside the Breakfast Club and people that adapt, like this is kind of trash, man. We had some people come in from Miami, overhaul the way we ran everything, and they ran that building to the ground, dude. But yeah, Weird Al, my mom introduced me to Weird Al. So Eat It was my first song, then Trapped in the Drive-Thru because YouTube had just gotten popular. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what this is. If it comes down here to the Dr. Phillips Center, I would definitely go check it out.
Oh, same. But we might as well move right along because again, TV, anime. I'm just gonna keep mine short and sweet. The Punisher, watch it. If you're going to read The Punisher Warzone, understand Nucci looks very different in the comics. The Boys was interesting. I will say that. Deep ain't got no friends.
What are we doing? This I get it. We're doing spin-offs of The Boys after this, but my God, this is like we're not even trying to finish this show anymore. We're just trying to make sure that like the other shows are set up, and like middle finger to all 2 seasons of Gen V this episode. Like, man, what was that?
I laughed about Samuel L. Jackson being the Hammerhead Shark.
I knew that voice sounded familiar. I was like, okay, we're doing a Deep Blue Sea reference. That's funny.
And also shout out to Eric Kripke because, man, I know your writing from Supernatural has always been a little extreme. At this point, you, sir, might as well be a prophet because everything that you've done in the show is coming out in real life, which is scary and also accurate. But no, Boys was good. Devil May Cry season 2 on Netflix. I'm 3 episodes in. I'm hooked. It is definitely worth watching. I would highly recommend for y'all to do that as well. But that's pretty much me. I was the only 3 things I was able to get to because life be life. And so, Tafari, Joe, what stuff did y'all catch for this week?
Damon, look, I'm trying to get through that final season of 7 Deadly Sins. What is going on? What is going on in this show?
The fact that you made it past season 1 is amazing.
Season 1 was great, and then season 2 was like all right-ish, and then season 3.
Season 2 was the 10 Commandments, wasn't it?
I think season 2 we led into them a little bit after the whole. Season 3 was the full-on 10 Commandments, and season 3 ended with them killing Meliodas, sending him to hell, and now season 4 we're finding out why the 10 Commandments hate Meliodas, and it just. I don't know, man. I feel like we're introducing a new plot every 2 episodes on top of the old plot, on top of the old plot, on top of the old plot, while finishing the old plot, but actually not finishing the old plot. And I'm just like, I'm thugging this thing out. But Rooster Fighter, hilarious. That is my yucks every week. There's nothing to be taken serious in that show. Turn your brain off. Go watch chickens fight. Laugh. What else? Demons of the Shadow Realm was fantastic. I very much love what that show is doing.
I gotta catch up.
Yeah, I love his I love his basically 2 demon genies, especially their dub actors. They are hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I'm watching anything else. Yeah, The Boys. Hey man, we're definitely not sticking this landing. We're definitely just here to. Also, why is the Deep still alive? And don't give me some shit. Don't give me some shit about we thought it'd be better if he lived all forever alone, miserable,
I will
suffering
say
all his consequences. I'm like, no, he needs to go. Like,
I will sit there and say this. I hope they do an inkling of what happened to him in the comics. I hope.
Maybe.
Especially with the hammerhead shark saying, again, spoiler if you haven't seen it, with the shark sitting there saying, you step into one thing of water, your ass is grass. He said, water is off limits to your simian ass.
The fact that he basically has Fish 9/11 and is being blamed for remember March 13th.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm sorry, go ahead, Tamar.
But no, that's it. The Boys, cool. Punisher, okay. Y'all maybe should have just did what the Bear did and was like, surprise, we got a John Barathon special too, which I still need to watch that because the final season's coming out and they just hit it with a surprise backstory episode.
Okay.
With John Barathon because he plays the older brother in that show who was unfortunately passed, which sets the show into motion.
Yeah.
But yeah, they kind of kept setting this up like Daredevil's Secret Episode 9, and it's actually pre-Born Again Frank, which is fine. This needed another 20 minutes to do something because I get it. Like Werewolf by Night was its own thing. The Guardians didn't really give us any kind of setup for the third movie. It was kind of just a fun thing to kind of give us more Guardians bonding and lore because these are all this is a group of unfortunate runaways and people who have lost people and whatnot. So it's a makeshift family. So and finding out Star-Lord and what's her face are siblings. The one who can mind
Mantis.
Yeah, like Star-Lord and Mantis be cool for the lore because and again we saw a little bit of Rocket and Nebula's relationship because they were alone for 5 years in 3 because she was like the first one to believe that Rocket was alive.
Yeah.
This gave us nothing. This is just like, hey, what puts him on his mission that leads into Born Again? And then apparently the Born Again team and this team weren't communicating, so they weren't sure where this was going to be placed either. This was going to be a contained story. But now that you kept promoting this like secret Daredevil episode, this would have been better like either shadow dropped or put between season 1 and 2. Like, hey, here's how Frank ended up in that hideaway in Born Again. Because now Frank is still just missing, and the next time we're going to see him is clean cut, shaven in Spider-Man. And now I know less about why he's here.
Low taper fade, Frank Castle.
Yeah, I'm saying clearly he got his mind right and got a clean cut, taper fade, beard shaved. Yeah, Bama. This is before Born Again, so because he has officially gotten fully revenge for his family, and now he needs purpose. And then Manucci shows up and is like, "Hey, I'm going to send everyone to kill you." And I'm like, "Cool!" Like every meme of like a gun owner hearing someone break into their house is what this was Frank's day out, basically.
Yeah.
Also, like if you had given me one scene at the end of the guys from Daredevil being like, hey, see, this is why we look up to Frank Castle, like before they become the task force. If you gave me like Cole North and Powell watching the news, like not only did he get rid of the gangs of Little Sicily, he cleaned up all the violence. Like that Punisher's a cool guy. Something. We just kind of got like 40 minutes of Frank action, which isn't bad. But you set it up so people went in here looking for a follow-up connection, and there is none.
Pretty much. But Joe, any TV or anime reviews you caught this week?
I am still early in my watch of Fairy Tail. We just got through fighting Gajel, so it's the Phantom Lord arc.
Okay.
Very early. It's like episode 27. We haven't even fought Laxus yet. Digimon Beat Break. We got the ultimate form for one of the secondary characters who just literally looks like the Bat Jet. You literally look like your eyes just glazed over on that.
I thought
your face like mid-yawn.
I thought of a really bad joke, and I had to stop myself.
The Digimon is initially a bat in the rookie thing, and then his champion form is just like a cyber Batman. So I'm not too surprised we're continuing the Batman style theme. Plus, it's one of those Digimon that like is a vehicle too, so the child can like hop in and pilot it. It's actually what if like Batman had like a Valkyrie from Robotech.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I think next week we might get the other secondary characters Digimon to become their ultimate form. Still a good series. God, that Beat Break is just being done so well, so consistently. It's actually amazing.
And also
usually by this point I've checked out completely, but like the storytelling's been consistent the whole way through.
And that's also another series I got to catch up on. But I'm sorry, where are you going?
To Far Eye's credit, yeah, I really am digging the Demons of the Shadow Realm. God, I love the sister so much now. She's just like, can I just hug you? She's like, no. So if I do this, can I give you a hug? No. And then she's got her own little demons now, which she keeps saying is going to be, well, I'm not going to be your master for very long. It's like, motherfucker, these two are in the opening title sequence.
Yeah.
Damn.
And this is not Jujutsu Kaisen where they're going to throw a curveball at us that one season.
And so far, they seem like they can't be harmed or killed.
Yeah.
No, but remember you know what I'm talking about in Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
Which one? We got hit with so many curveballs.
It was like the first season where they showed that one kid with them the whole time. He was going to be like the fourth student.
Oh, yeah, then they
killed him midway through the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the one who got transformed by
yes,
like at the school, and then I was like, oh,
where he was like in the opening credits for like the first couple episodes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this will be cool. You're definitely gonna be. I'm like, they're gonna save him, right? He was like, I guess not.
That man was gone.
Watching Snowball Earth continues to be wonderfully amazing. We get to look at the primary antagonist thus far, who's just somebody with a soldier with really bad PTSD and has gone psychotic from it.
Damn.
But he ate monster meat, so that means he has some sort of superpower along with the group of crazy Earth defenders he's with.
Okay.
So there's that.
And let's see.
I got caught up completely on My Adventures with Superman. Really enjoyed that so much. So much. What else came out? Boston Blue still going good. They're letting Ernie Hudson act his heart out in this thing. He has done so well this season.
Actually, dang it. That's another thing on the list I got to catch up on. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much it right now. I don't get to watch too much. The fact that I'm able to put this much effort into Fairy Tail is nice. I also have like a filler guide to know what episodes to skip, and I keep forgetting like only 10% of like this series is like filler.
Yeah.
And it's like just little, here's 2 episodes between the major arcs.
I'm also getting very annoyed with the misuse of the word filler and how much we are now misusing the word LARPing. Like these new children are really starting to piss me off.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Just in general, the word filler is now being like abused all the time, and
filler is basically being overused a lot.
Like what was it? I think it was The Boy. And it used to be just an anime thing, but now it's like spread everywhere. Like The Boys, Kripke's like we can't do a big fight scene every damn episode. We have to have some story in there.
There has to be some setup.
Yeah, like everything's not going to be just because that's kind of what you want the Punisher special every episode, and then it was a cool fight, but you get left with nothing. And then LARPing, because I'm just like, hey, people are really starting to get into Ren fairs now, and they LARP at Ren fairs. So let's not turn LARPing into a negative term. The word you're looking for is poser. Just use that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
and
makes
it's like
sense.
so I'm just like an episode that maybe isn't part of the comics or the manga isn't filler. Now, Goku and Piccolo getting their driver's license, which is now canon. Yes.
Yeah.
Being in the middle of a war and Naruto has amnesia or some shit. Sure. Well, who else has some random? Luffy being a policeman or Bleach randomly in the middle of a battle doing Arabian Nights for no damn reason. Filler,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, one filler arc became canonized, which I find hilarious.
Which one?
The Zanpakuto War became
Zanpakuto, and that was actually one of my favorite ones. And just like Bardock with DB, the Bardock special, Kubo liked those designs so much he used them. So that arc actually became something.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, that's just my gripe with anime and the community as a whole. Like,
all right, well, if there's nothing left, I think we can go ahead and go into comics. Before Joe does actually pull up his comic review, we always do want to shout out Rick's Comic City. Again, Nashville's #1 go-to for comics, mangas, books, Funko Pops, you name it, they got it. 2 locations, Nashville, Tennessee, and Clarksville, Tennessee, of course, rickscomiccity.com. Definitely check them out. You will not be disappointed. At the same time, if you are not in this area, guys, please support your local libraries, support your local bookstores, support the local indie artists. Again, there are plenty of them out there. One of these days, we're actually going to get a graphic up of all the indie artists that we know, that we support, that you should do as well, because trust me, that's where the great stories are coming from. Unfortunately, Marvel and DC have yet to pick up on this, so until they do, support the local artists that you can, support your local comic book stores that you can, because you will miss them when they are gone. But that being said, looks like Joe is still getting stuff together over there.
No, I figured out that that's the reason the stream keeps tanking is...
because of the video? Because of the...
Yeah, the stream is not like when we showed pictures from outsources.
Damn. All right. You got it, Joe.
First off, we got Action Comics number 1098, meaning we're 2 issues away from issue 1000. I'm just going to keep saying episodes for some reason. I don't know why. This continues the Reign of the Superboys arc across all Superman books and is part of Future Shock Part 2. This is written by Mark Way with art by Skylar Partridge and Patricio Del Peach, and colors by Ivan Plasnacia and Patricio Del Peach. This is the Action Comics is the one involving Superboy, Mary Marvel, Booster Gold, and John Jones, Martian Manhunter, where they have traveled back in time to Superboy's timeline so that because they're fighting a 31st century dude who's trying to rewrite history for reasons yet unexplained. We just kind of like get a big info dump because the trio tell the Kents what's going on because the despot future lord has stolen Clark's ship, but Clark doesn't know it's there yet because they just haven't told him yet. Not bad. Good art. They immediately squashed the Mary Marvel Clark Kent love interest thing because Mary's like, oh, honey, I am not flirting with you. My role in all this, as it is in everything, is I am your big sister. I am here to make sure you get the girl. Who is Lana? And then proceed from there. The one weird thing I will say about this issue is John Jones's human persona in this is John Stewart for some weird reason, and I mean Justice League John Stewart, not Unlimited John Stewart with the goatee, but like Marine haircut John Stewart. It's super weird and jarring because he's even in like a green and black sweater, which is Martian Manhunter colors too, but still it's the fact that he's got the John Stewart look. I'm like. I even just like, when the fuck did John get here?
John's always been there. He's just been in the shadows. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good, solid book. I really enjoyed my time. DC All In #1, Barbara Gordon Breakout. Barbara goes to jail, much to the behest of the Bat family, so that she can investigate there. This is written by Marco Tamaki, art by Amanisi Nalapan, and colors by Tamira Bonvillain.
Yeah.
This is just Orange is the New Black with some detective stuff with Barbara Gordon, because like she immediately makes villains. I think our primary antagonist is Two-Face's daughter, and I don't mean Duella Dent. I mean, literally, she even says, like, this is the one that when Harvey was Two-Face, he had a kid. And this is his daughter. This is the primary antagonist. It's just Orange is the New Black. It's fine.
Is Sister Sage also the warden in this one?
No, but she's also doing this because she's investigating the level of corruption that Vandal Savage has put in the prison, because he's still police commissioner.
Yeah.
We're learning that people that Commissioner Gordon or Batman have been put away are being put in places of power in the Supermax prison.
Okay.
Makes sense.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm probably not going to continue beyond this. This just doesn't interest me. But for an opening issue, it's fine. This has nothing to do with my dislike of Batman stuff aside from Nightwing. This just doesn't interest me.
It's reiterated and hashed over again. I get it.
Also, Green Lantern Corps #16. This is written by Morgan Hampton, art by Juan Jose Rep and Will Conrad, colors by Matt Herms. The Manhunters have taken over Aya's body because Aya decided to take over a Manhunter body, so their consciousness transferred because programs do that, and all the Manhunters have upgraded themselves into Aya's body format, to where now Aya Prime's body is now the Manhunter Queen, and they are going around taking the infant versions of the emotional spectrum beings. They already have 2 of them. We see them off panel have captured the Butcher, who is hilarious because his baby form, if you know the Green Lantern mythos, the Butcher is usually a giant ass space bull. Like a giant mutant space bull. His infant form, he is a lamb.
And Aya is the AI.
Girlfriend for our sad boy Razor, yes.
Is that her purpose? Like in every story now.
Now she's like a legitimate Green Lantern in this story.
Okay, because I got introduced to her through the Green Lantern animated series, and I'm like, I didn't know if she was born there or if she was a story being adapted. But I hear her name a lot more.
Harley Quinn. She appeared in the animated series first, and then her and Razor got brought over into main canon.
Okay, that's fair.
We also see that the orange being of Avarice, Ophidian, has just completely left Larfleeze because he don't want no scrubs, and goes to Effigy, who is the old school Kyle Rayner Red Lantern prototype character, who makes the fire constructs, who's just chilling out in the sun of Oa. And he's even Effigy's like, why did you come to me? And Ophidian's just like, Larfleeze is an excellent conduit, but his greed is so massive. I have no power. I don't gain power from him. He takes power from me. Okay. And a fight ensues, and then the sun blows up.
Damn.
That is literally how this issue ends.
So some planets will be cold for the rest of eternity?
It is the son of Oa. Also, baby Parallax fuses back in with Saronic not to willingly, and Sinestro's like, why? And Sora is just like, over the course of some years, over the course of me being possessed by him in the first place, he keeps showing me dissecting my own son, that I didn't know about until the last minute because Kyle Rayner's an idiot and an asshole. There's nothing he can show me anymore that makes me frightened, so I'm in full control. Which I love to death.
Okay.
So solid book as usual. No surprise, I'm going to be recommending the Green Lantern Corps, but this is just legitimately a good book, like all the way through. We're utilizing multiple characters. We're also utilizing old school Green Lantern Corps lore and using all the core again, which is something that was greatly missed in the last couple iterations of it. So I'm always going to be supporting stuff like this.
Okay.
Fury of the Firestorm 2. This is written by Jeff Lemire with art by Rafael de la Torre and colors by Marcelo Miolo. This just is really a big info dump issue with Firestorm where we learn the origins of Firestorm from Ronnie Raymond. And then the Firestorm Matrix internally is like, well, I'm here and you're not going to be a problem anymore. And apparently he internally kills the psyche of Ronnie Raymond and Professor Stein. And his human face just blacks out. Now he's just like eyes in a black void with the fire head.
So, like an altered version of Ebon from Static?
Kind of.
Okay, yeah, I can picture that.
But with all the powers of Firestorm.
I was going to say, so like that fusion character they made at the end that never came back.
Correct. This continues to be pretty solid, so I will probably keep up with this.
Okay.
Moving over to Marvel, Black Cat number 10. This finishes out the current team up with Black Cat and Mary Jane, who is still currently Venom. They run a J. Jonah Jameson in the Negative Zone Vault. They learn that J. Jonah Jameson keeps active files on anybody he's interviewed or anybody he deems a threat to New York. Not in a creepy way. It's just he just wants to document his stuff for journalistic reasons. Like he legitimately says, like, I'm never going to use these. These are all journalistic diaries. Here's my entire file on Spider-Man. I don't use these anymore because I know he's Peter, but if anything goes wrong, we can look back at these files and try to get a handle on Peter if he goes rogue. Cat's like, well, where's my file? It's like, you and MJ are so entrenched in Peter's life, you're in the Peter files.
Okay.
To which they are both very unhappy with that. Black Cat in particular, it's like, Peter should be in my file.
You would think.
Didn't Venom murder somebody this issue, or was that, am I thinking of a different book?
No, you're thinking of that horrible Death Spiral series where, yes, MJ just like kills somebody. That was going to be a comic I looked at, and then because they put out the prologue, which gave more backstory to Torment, and then I read it and like, I don't need to talk about this.
Okay.
Nice.
This was much more entertaining. So we find out that the person who is blackmailing MJ still put the video out of her being just a bad actress, which is what the whole plot is. Turns out that it's a rival actress from Mary Jane from back when she was doing toothpaste commercials. This being a mean girl at that time.
Okay.
God, I remember that.
And Mary Jane just reasonably and arguably reasonably flips out. She's like, I literally lived a whole lifetime. And you released the file anyway.
Yep.
Reasonably, she turns into Venom. She does not kill the girl, but like freaks out and just punch Black Cat's table. And Black Cat's just like, you know, she's being very fair right now. You should probably leave.
Damn.
No, so no, this was a fun issue. We get back to business next issue with thing, but anytime Black Cat and Mary Jane team up, it's always a fun time. It really is. Like they've figured out the power. They figured out the team dynamic between these two. Regardless if MJ is Venom, just the fact that it's MJ and Black Cat as a team, they figured out the dynamic.
Okay. trying to think if there's any other books I saw in passing. What's next?
Okay.
Magic and Colossus number 4. Magic and Colossus tried to take on Baba Yaga. Meanwhile, ex-boyfriend is not helping. Baba Yaga's ex-boyfriend is not helping things. And this is still one of those. Pieter is still feeling bad that he failed in saving Ileana when they both went to America, and they had to bring Ileana home one time in a flashback to show the parents, like, hey, here's Ileana. And the parents understandably forget, like, why is she a teenager? What happened? We let you go three months ago, and she was 6.
Yeah. And now she comes back full grown.
Yeah. So again, it's just like Pieter's guilt, and Ileana's like, you need to stop feeling guilty. I know what I am. I'm comfortable with what I am.
Right.
It's like, I am a monster. Pieter's like, you are not a monster. And then she literally transforms into Dark Child's like, honey, sweetie, big brother, look at me. Does this not scream monster? It's like, no, but you are a sweet snowflake. It's like, pulls out Soul Sword, pulls out other Soul Sword, points at them. It's like, these have my soul in them. I do not actively have a soul in this body.
Okay.
It's just a good book. I love the magic stuff. Again, also biased,
but justified. And Bama, to your credit, I haven't met anybody that even liked Paul in the story, so you might be joining the band on that one.
Hey, look, I just know Paul is what they call a wiener, and that's all there is. Paul is just
what we call dead.
That too, he's a dead wiener. And if the new guy's name is Paul in Spider-Man Brand New Day, everyone's just gonna. I'm going to do my best to film the audible boo that will come out of comic fans in that theater. And I will also, if they kill Paul in the same movie, that will also be hilarious.
You know what the fun thing is that's also actually the voice actor and body actor for Ezra Bridger from Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, God.
That's saying a lot.
You're not here very long.
He's in he's in the finale of Ahsoka. That's him.
Okay.
That's it.
I was not a Rebels guy. I got it's what Ahsoka was doing. I never got into Rebels. That entire
I'll be honest with you. This Rebels is one of those series, and we'll get back to the comics in a moment, because surprisingly, we are going to dovetail into a Star Wars comic. You need to just watch the final 2 episodes of season 1 of Rebels and go straight into season 2. You watch the first you watch the first 2-parter to get everybody's names. You watch the last 2-parter in season 1 to
I think you might have skipped a little bit.
Finish out that stuff, and then you go right into season 2. Season 1 of Rebels was.
Whatever you said in the last 30 seconds, Joe, repeat it one more time. You kind of broke up on our side.
Yeah, I saw the blink too. That's super weird. I don't even have the thing shared. It just doesn't want to do anything. As I was saying, it's like, no, just watch the first 2-parter and the final 2-parter of season 1, because season 1 is not great.
Okay. That whole, you know what it is? Anime and like all these obscure shows very much built up Jetix, and then Disney was like, fuck you, your name is Disney XD now. We got Pokemon and Naruto, and we will never air any of them after like the first 5 episodes. So then they were just like, hey, come watch that new, you like Clone Wars? Cool. We're making a very childish ass version of it with these little fencing daggers we call lightsabers over here. So that's what lost me. But we have a Star Wars book on the midst.
No, it gets significantly more mature and darker in season 2.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. So we are looking at the Shadow of Maul, which is the prelude comic to the Maul thing. So this gives us more backstory into Lawson.
I still got to finish watching the Disney show, the Disney Shadows of Maul, but this has no correlation to the show, right?
No, this is the prequel to the show. This gives us more backstory on Lawson and Two Boots.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is written by Benjamin Percy with art by Madabek Musabekov and colors by Luis Guerrero. The only problem I have with this book, this was a really good book, by the way. The only problem I have with this is, one, the show's over and the book is still going. Two, we have to have the book to get the full story for Lawson, which I feel like they should have done in the show. And this is also the problem I have with new Star Wars in general is you have to continuously read or watch supplemental material to get the whole story rather than just be told the whole story.
That's different. It's different, but at the same time, it's almost as if it's almost like they're banking on podcasts or audiobooks after the fact.
Well, we are not the Star Wars New Canon Book Club or Old Canon Book Club. Go watch and listen to them. They were fantastic. But yeah, no, so this book is really good. I really enjoyed it. It is, like I said, the prelude. I love the fact that this is the best part, and I love this that this is on the cover. The mall show is over. This says prelude to the upcoming Disney Plus show.
Damn.
So something tells me this book got pushed back unintentionally.
I'd say so, or sounds like at least.
Just in time for the Mando and Grogu, though. So, like, they're doing all these pop-ups. You need to just fling these books out there while you're like, hey, by the way, if y'all like Maul.
Yeet. Moving on over, we got Transformers number 32. This is written by Robert Kirkman, art by Jason Howard, and colors by Mike Spicer. We are on Cybertron with Alita's band of Autobots, as we find out that Shockwave is running a contingent of Decepticons. And I do have a picture, and I will name names. Give me a moment. By the way, Bumblebee is now officially dead in this continuity.
What?
Like, the first thing these guys kill and shoot and obliterate is the body of Bumblebee. He never makes it to that repair chamber. That boy is dead.
Damn. Well, damn. That sounds kind of hateful, but damn.
Yeah, so Shockwave has the forces of Black Arachnia, Lockdown, Skyquake, Ratbat. In the very back is Makeshift, Knockout, Lugnut, two of the Rainmakers. I think that's Acid Storm and Ion Storm. Octone. That's Knockout. That's Breakdown and Thrust. And that shows you how well I know my Transformers, because I did not realize this was Makeshift, because you never really see Makeshift's true form, even here. And I have no idea why the hell they forgot to draw the rest of Shockwave's head.
I was going to say, why is his head missing? And is the one on the left an ant?
It's a weird angle. Yeah, I think the head's there. It's just a weird angle how they
Is the one on the left an ant?
Huh?
No, top left.
Oh, no, that's Black Arachnia. That's the spider.
Okay.
From Beast Wars, if you remember her.
Yeah. I was like, the design was familiar, but the thorax was throwing me off.
So the weird thing is this contingent of Decepticons is from Transformers Animated. This is from Transformers Animated. These three, Skyquake, Knockout, and Breakdown, are from Transformers Prime. Lugnut back here is from Transformers Animated. Ratbat, Shockwave, Thrust, Octone, and Ion Storm and Acid Storm are all from G1. And I forget where the hell Makeshift is from. I think he's also from Transformers Prime, but I could be wrong.
Maybe.
I don't remember. So this is like running the gamut of different continuities, but they're all there.
Really? Kirksman's not hurt. He enjoys it, sir.
Yes. So that's on that. So there's that. So the Alita's Autobots fight. Naturally, they get the shit kicked out of them. And I do not say that use that politely. Yeah, I don't say that lightly. They are on the verge of all being murdered. Alita tries to get the Matrix to open for her, and best the Matrix can do, because apparently this is a thing we're going to keep doing in comic books. Rather than the Matrix opening in light in the darkest hour, energy sword.
Mm.
To which Alita just starts killing everybody.
So we just revert back to basically all being swords. At least be different. Be an axe. Be a harpoon, spear, something.
No, it can't be an axe because Optimus has the axe. It can't be a mace because Megatron's got a mace.
Nunchucks?
Or no, technically that's not a mace. That is a flail. I got to remember, a mace is a stationary ball on a stick. Well, yes. So it's a flail, not a mace.
So pike or nunchucks?
Pike, I would understand. Nunchucks, no. It's the Matrix of leadership. It's not going to become a pair of nunchucks.
Hey, I'm just saying.
But yeah, she gets I think it's supposed to be the equivalent of the Star Saber, and the Star Saber has been in continuity for Transformers for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with that. So Alita goes to town on everybody and just like wrecks house, and the Decepticons have to retreat.
Gotcha.
Really good book. Artwork's really, really good. It's really interesting to see the amount of continuities we're going to be pulling bots from in this one. I just really enjoyed it. And then we got final book of the night, Godzilla versus Texas. Which is a sequel to Godzilla versus Seattle.
I mean, I'm.
Is there a panel of Ted Cruz getting on the plane?
Yes, there is.
Oh wait, for real?
Yes.
Are you? You're serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
because of course there is.
Wow.
So this is like an anthology thing. So there's four stories. The first is Deep in the Podcast of Texas, where it's a right-wing podcast, very obviously right-wing, who is saying that this Godzilla is a deep state leftist hoax and does not really exist. As he gets ever closer, more and more people are calling. It's like, no, he just destroyed my town. It's like, no, my friend, you apparently just went through a gas explosion. You were clearly mistaken. Godzilla is nothing more than leftist deep state propaganda, to the point where even when he comes through his town and destroys everything, he still blames people. Crude is Godzilla keeps hearing music as he's swimming through like the channels around Texas, and apparently he hates country music as much as I do.
Yeah. I'm sorry, not all of it's bad, but I see your point.
Yes.
Petty.
Look, I don't know who Jelly Roll is, and every time somebody asks me that, I'm still going to say no. I prefer Boston Creams.
I'll be honest.
No, that's actually a better answer.
I'll be honest. We not a bad guy. Weird selection for that the featured Sonic track. Like Kid Cudi makes perfect sense. He's got his own nerdcore type-esque and feel with that Man of the Moon stuff.
Didn't Kid Cudi put out a comic book that we were looking at one point?
Yeah, because
because
Kid
Cudi is into I don't know if Jelly Roll is into nerd stuff, but it was like, hey, we got, and it was a fun song for like the radio, but I'm just like, this is kind of just here,
right? It really was. Which screams volumes, by the way.
I don't know. So does Texas lose? Does it get destroyed? Do we shoot down?
Well, it keeps going. Next up, we got Godzilla versus Tech Mech, which Godzilla fights the cowboy cousin of Jet Jaguar. Complete with mustache and Texas hat.
Okay. That's
what I said.
Okay.
And then we got You Missed It. And these are all written by different people, by the way. Sorry, guys. So the first one is written by Matt Frank, colors by Heather Breckel and Matt Frank, flats by Tommy Shelton. Crude is written, drawn, and colors by Devin Kraft. Godzilla versus Tex-Mech is written and drawn by Joe Yzma, colors by Heather Breckel. And You Missed It, and it's just the people of Texas constantly missing Godzilla destroying things in the background. Story and art by John Lucas and colors by KG Diaz. Again, It was a super cute comic, but it's so weird. I think he's going to Kansas next.
Okay.
Because this is Godzilla versus America.
Just how many more ways can we? I'm not trying to say it's milking, but it's getting close. If it ain't already, because
somebody's buying it, so
right. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some people are buying it. I'm just like, how many ways can you tell Godzilla versus something? Insert the blank here, but that's just me. I'm like, you can do something different if you choose to, but I get it. Why, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I'm sorry, Drew, I didn't mean to cut you off. What else were you saying?
No, you're good. Those are all the comics we got. There are a few extra ones, but those are for laser print.
All right. As he says, just don't go near Alabama. No, trust me, Godzilla stuff's in Alabama might as well be a crater. But thank you, Joe, for that. And as we do, as apparently outros and intros are a challenge for me this episode. Thank you for watching us this far. We're going to go ahead and sign out and do our shameless promos as we try to do, tongue-tied and whatnot. Tafari, sir, I start with you.
Yeah, gaming channel. You can find me all names under this platform, which I don't know. I've officially joined Threads as of 4 days ago, and I'm realizing that app is just Twitter for people who don't want to be on Twitter. So many people I follow on YouTube, on everywhere else, and I'm muting the hell out of y'all on Threads because I'll be damned. Minus all the jumping y'all are doing for a fraudulent doctor. I do find all that to be hilarious. Which, thanks to her, I've ordered 2 copies of my transcripts because ain't nobody finna call me a fraud. I've outsmarted myself because I have 2 copies and I forgot where I put them. And I know I stashed them somewhere safe, and it's so safe I forgot where they're at. It's like Eddie in those comic books, or his brother's magazines. But yeah, this name on all platforms, this name - gaming on YouTube as well. Working our way through Assassin's Creed, Black Flag. Was going to do another long play Friday, but all the streaming and apps have been on some weird shit this week, so I didn't want to risk it. I think I'm getting towards the end of the game because we're hanging out with Blackbeard, and we were officially betrayed by some turncoat pirate we didn't kill for some reason. As far as main channel, new skit of how Nintendo planned the Star Fox remake and the Star Fox Direct. So if y'all could please go check that out, gaining a little traction little by little. Thank you to everybody who's tuned into this show and found us because of our Stranger Than Heaven reactions. Did not know y'all were going to come out the woodwork like that. Please continue to subscribe. Trying to put out clips throughout the week, and because I know we cover a lot of content. We're only live 1 day a week, so I try to get it time stamped and out there for y'all to ingest in shorter bursts. I know attention spans are shortening by the day, so I appreciate y'all. And again, if anybody wants to donate to me during these streams, I do have a pinned comment. It's a fun little interactive link. I do have a short on the gaming channel explaining how I am not pissing away the monies that y'all put towards me, so I just appreciate it. Please go check out either channel. You can find all of them on the home page of this channel now, so we are all easier to find.
All right, thank you for that. And Joe, also a busy man, especially with this given month. Want people to know what you're up to, where you can be found, sir?
I'm so tired. You can find me over at Middle Tennessee Gaming Fridays, Saturdays, Sunday nights, and Tuesday nights for Beyblade. In card games, Tuesday nights for Beyblade specifically. I will continue to run the Loser Legion of the Bone Core, which is the Incendio line, because at least my win record is better than the kid that runs it in the anime at this point. Where else am I? Currently streaming over at Joe Italian Last Name on Twitch. I'm running Digital Dodger Simulator 2026, also known as Pragmata. And sometimes Street Fighter 6, as I just sit there and play with either Alex or Manon, because I'm just going to throw you every single time. And if you're an Akuma, I wish you the best of luck, because I will teach you that lesson every single time, old man. Other than that, it is API History Month, so I am out and about with API Middle Tennessee, doing events. Today tomorrow, we are going to be over at the First for the API Heritage Festival, an art show and cultural festival we have over there annually. Then that night, I'll be back at Middle Tennessee Gaming. Pardon. Other than that, I will be at work, and then my couch, and then cooking. And then sometimes I will take pictures of my cooking and post them on Facebook and Instagram.
It does look good, though. Food you make does look good, though.
I do what I can. Other than that, every Monday night, we'll be putting out a new episode of Laser Print. We'll be covering some of the books right on here with some additional ones. Just fun little comic book review podcast. We're doing okay. We're climbing on subscribers slowly but surely. I mean, it is what it is. I know I don't have the best podcasting voice right now, considering what I sound like on the show sometimes, because I do listen to us too. And why do I always come off that high pitched when I don't sound it in person? What is it, electronics in me? I don't get it.
Good.
No, Will can tell you, I don't sound like how I do digitally in real life.
He really doesn't.
It's the weirdest thing.
It is weird that Joe sounds way different in person than he does here. Like the first time actually I met Joe, he sounded way different, to the point to where even Chad picked it up. Chad was like, that's Joe? I said, yeah. He doesn't sound the same. And to Joe's detriment, he's right. It's like he sounds completely different in person. I can't tell you what it was, but
now all electronics has been like that way ever since I was a little kid. The little videotapes we did at Christmas, I swear to God, there's no filter. Well, it's impossible to have a filter on the videotape cameras of 1989, but it sounds like I'm Alvin the Chipmunk.
Damn.
But I don't know what it is. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to get it.
It's fair. But before I do get to myself, guys, I do want to say thank you, especially to APR TV. Why? Because GetBit actually shows on APR TV. It's an app that's on the Roku channel, as well as Amazon Fire, as well as other shows that can be watched there as well. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. BlurStation.com. I keep telling you all the train is coming with news, entertainment, television shows, manga, anime, you name it. Will be available very soon. Once we actually get the green light to say, we definitely will. But in the meantime, you can sign up for it. $10.99 a month to stream on all smart devices. And trust me, like I said, especially if you're tired of dealing with Netflix dropping things, Amazon raising prices, and every other streaming service decided to pretend like they're cable all over again, Blur Station can definitely be that alternative that you need. So definitely check that out. Also, check us out, the Gibbet Podcast. Again, if you type in the GB Podcast on the YouTube page, our page shows up. And thanks to our person, even though he does work behind the scenes on other shows, he's also here as well. He actually made it easy for you to follow all of our gaming channels, all of our channels and additional channels here. Of course, My How the Frack we got here, Show a Guy Joe, Total Justice Gaming, Joe's second YouTube channel, Tafari TV Gaming second channel, of course, Blurred's Eye View. What is Blurred's Eye View, you may ask? It's a show that myself, Tafari, and others are on there every Tuesday and Thursday. We had definitely did have a solid week. We got to interview, I forgot the actor's name already because that's sad.
Jeremy Isaiah Earl.
Yeah, we got to interview during Isaiah this Tuesday. Again, if you don't know who he is, he's basically the Burn Man from Daredevil Reborn. But again, with this show, along with that, it's a vibe. We'd like to consider ourselves the best Blur podcast out there. So if you do go Bird's Eye View, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button at the same time. You'll be able to follow us all there at the bottom. Room Full of Blurs, Geek by Heart, Navy Montel, Show Quo, Lord of the Culture. Because again, we're also on there too, but we also want to show love to our other podcasting compadres there as well. Now, as for myself, guys, you can find me Black_Spartan 615 on the socials. I talk to everybody. Just don't make it weird. I don't get the habit of blocking people. Please protect your mental. I cannot stress this enough. Your mental is just as important as your physical. Please take the time to find those creative outlets to actually talk to somebody, get that therapy, and heal. Because trust me, it could be worse. But at the same time, mental can actually prevent a lot of bad things from happening to you. At the same time, with everything that's going on right now, we got to find some way to contain our mental. We can't laugh our way through everything. Well, we probably could, but you see the point I'm getting at. Also, men, go to the doctor. It's not that hard. No more excuses. Time to get up and go. It's going to be annoying. It's sometimes going to be painful, but I better know now to not have any issues than to wake up one day. It's like, oh, crap, I got issues. Men, go to the doctor. Cosplayers are still in effect because cons are happening. Rule number 1, respect the cosplayers at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat female cosplayers with respect or get stomped out. The same way every Hogan cosplayer will get stomped out at BlurCon if that's how they show up. Rule number 2 is hygiene. I can't stress this enough. Water, soap, deodorant can go a long way. So can clean clothes. People want to be around you when they don't have to worry about you smelling like you played Red Dead Redemption 2 for too freaking long. Again, cleanliness is the best thing you can do to keep everybody germ-free and also sick-free, because if you have never been sick or you have a kid's been sick, you understand exactly what I'm getting at. It is not a walk in the park. And the last one that I have for myself that I have for everybody else, guys, be nice, be kind, talk, and share your fandom. Don't be a dick, and you won't get jumped. At the same time, guys, we understand it is the weekend. We understand people want to enjoy themselves however you choose to do it. Please do it safely. Please make smart decisions. Nobody wants to be in jail over the weekend. So again, that being said, we'll definitely be back here next Get Bit Time and Get Bit channel next Friday with news we can use. Beyond that, fellas, anything else before we call it a night?
Hey, Space Jam's back in theaters next Wednesday. Otherwise, go see, I think Is God Is, and then I think Mando and Grogu come out next weekend. So go see a movie. Turn your brain off. I know the world is weird. Go do what movies were invented to do, which is escape the world for a little bit.
Fair enough. Joey, last words?
Go see Hathaway's Flashback Part 2 in theaters now. It's a special, very limited time engagement. It's the sequel to the last Gundam movie that popped up, and man, I'm gonna love that bright new, super chipper, happy ending that kid's gonna get.
Oh, good Lord! Well, like we say, guys, thank you all for watching us again. Always rocking with us. We certainly appreciate it. So, with that being said, we're definitely gonna be out of here. I've been Spartan. He's been Short Guy Joe. This has been Safari TV. This has been the Give It Podcast, guys. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and I promise we'll get through this. Live long and prosper. Enjoy your weekend. Memorial Day's around the corner. Grill something. We're out. Peace.